Meanwhile, yeah, there's a couple of things here on the gappers list that we could talk about. So Token Cat, I mean, it's sort of it is definitely memeing. I mean, I don't know what to do with this because we got 32 million shares traded. Like this thing is absolutely in play. Do I want to trade it? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's popcorn. It's popcorn. Let's just be clear right off the top for 100%. It's hard to borrow. So that's do with it what you will, and it's also a low float, $5 stock. So you definitely got to be careful with it. And it's not the only one on our list. Right below it, we got something called GEM, which is gapping up on our list here. And what?
JEM, yep, I see that 138%, 17 million shares traded. Cayman Holdings. Anything Cayman. Actually, we saw this before because we were making fun of this a couple of days ago.
707 Cayman Holdings. Their board has approved exploration, so they haven't done anything yet. The board has approved exploration of a next-gen AI and blockchain. Like what? So they go AI and blockchain? Like that blockchain just sounds like a legacy term at this point. Anyways, AI and blockchain apparel, supply chain, and crypto payment platform. That sounds like a very confused business model. They have no idea what they want to do. They're just throwing words out there. What AI and blockchain, apparel supply chain, and crypto payment? Like what? They're selling clothes and crypto? What? It makes no sense. Even their press release makes no sense. But it doesn't seem to matter sometimes in the market. That's enough to get you 17 million shares traded and 144% stock appreciation overnight. So I sometimes I love these things, guys. The things people will throw money behind, but I guess like most of this trading is probably by active traders like ourselves, or those that have a higher risk tolerance, and they don't care about the company. They're not really thinking this is a good investment opportunity, right? Let me add this to my long-term portfolio. Absolutely not. Majority of these shares are probably traded by people saying, I'm looking for what's moving. This thing is moving. Let me see if I can nudge it on and get along for the rides, right? So,
Yep.
and that's I guess that's okay. That's the way the market can move at times. But it's just another example of companies that, frankly, probably shouldn't be listed. Like this doesn't feel like the legitimate company that the market said that they were established to try and promote and further the business needs of. So, that's just my opinion, but my opinion counts for just about diddly squat. So it is what it is. They are moving. We see, and if we continue going on the list, we've got another one that we have actually seen in the past. CCXI. I don't know if you remember these guys. Churchill Capital Corp. Churchill Capital Corp 11 or XI, which is they said they're moving based on retail influencer hype. So like that's what the news headline is. No business news. They haven't moved in. They haven't done anything as a company. They're just working on hype. So okay, like it's interesting how our list is all these little hype companies. What is happening? I mean, is it a normal business day in the US or not? There's no holiday, right? Like, I know
When?
it's a holiday here in Canada.
Today? No, not today.
No. Well, why is the
No.
market moving like it's a holiday? Because we only have like weird
People
stuff
start
that's
early, man.
moving.
People start early.
Maybe. Yeah,
There's a lot happening. Like this is the first week of actual summer. Kids are all out, right? Our last school day was last week, so that's going on. You got the holiday coming up ahead, so I can imagine a lot of people are probably taking off this week with their family, and probably their summer camp starts next week, right, or something like that. So why not take advantage tied into a holiday? I could see that happening. There could be a couple of slow days coming up, but we'll find something.
Well, the top of our list here, Carlos, I see that you got YouTube running.
Happy.
Hello to everybody out there on YouTube. Sorry about that. We don't know why we weren't streaming earlier. A little bit of a snafu there. But yes, and we were celebrating Canada Day for everybody on YouTube that didn't see it. So I get my flags out again. Woo! Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways.
All right, friend. So far, this top of the list has not been great. Peter's going through some of these. He went through TC, GEM, CCXI. We're going through it now, and it just doesn't look all that exciting. So I'm going to skip through all of those, and we'll continue on to the next one here. And then we'll look at our better names. Our usual suspects usually can provide some good opportunities here. I know I got Tesla already. I'm looking at the last 3 trading days have been interesting. Both gapped down and managed to move higher. So with a big day on Friday? No, Wednesday. Sorry, excuse me, Monday. All right, let's take a look. KLAR is the next one on here. This is up 9.9. Not that much volume. 417 shares traded right now. 215 million shares float. Klarna, I know this. You told me what this was before. Education company? No, that's Kaplan. That's one company.
Group. This is
Klarna Group.
Klarna Group. And they yeah, they do basically they have what do they do? They run like a lot of podcasts, and they have a global network of consumers and merchants. So I think they run like a banking platform, don't they? I don't
like
really know.
Like a money
I don't really
app.
know what they do, to be honest. But
looks
yeah, I guess it's a money app. Sounds like I've seen ads for this. I don't know. What's important for today, no matter what they do, is that they won a pretty large antitrust suit against Google. The court has awarded 1.97 billion in damages. So 2 billion in damages to Klarna's Price Runner in an antitrust suit. Now, there's a giant asterisk on that because, of course, this is subject to appeal and other adjustments. So, which just means that in the short term, they're not getting the payout yet. They've got to fight it through. And, Google has an army of lawyers that they're going to be able to throw at this. Now, that being said, Klarna is going to get all sorts of legal support now, even if they didn't earlier, because, lawyers are go where the money is. And there's obviously lots of money at stake here. So they're going to have to fight through the appeal process to be able to keep that or a portion of that in any event. For a company like Klarna that last year did, they did 3.8 billion in sales. It looks like a $2 billion award is a pretty big deal.
It's pretty big.
We'll see what happens, how much actually gets paid, how long it takes. Nothing's getting paid in the short term. So, but that's the news. That's why they're gapping up. I'm surprised the volume's as low as it is, Carlos. I feel like it should be moving a little bit more. I mean, it's good news that they won the suit. If they lost the suit, they'd be gapping down pretty heavy on some volume. But here they are moving higher. If I look at their daily chart, yeah, they've been sort of on the down skid here since it looks like they IPO'd back in September of last year. So, yeah, they're well below their IPO price. Looks like they IPO'd somewhere around $52 and yeah, have been moving downwards most of the time. They've been sort of going up the last 2 months, but yep. Lately. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. This is actually a potential. I mean, it could move. What I don't like is that it trades on the New York Stock Exchange. So that's just problematic. It just doesn't move as well as something on the NYSE, and that probably accounts for some of the lower volume. So it's interesting. The news is interesting. It feels like it's going to be tough to get it to move in a way that we can take advantage of as a day trader. All right. So,
yep. I was asking people in chat, what Klarna is, and they was like, "Oh, it's the same thing as Wise." So I'm like, "Okay, so what's Wise?" So I'm looking up Wise. I'm looking up all these companies you guys are bringing up here, and man, there's just so much stuff. So Wise, you guys are saying you use this when you go on vacation, I guess, to convert money over. I'm not sure how we use it. Make your money do more. Yeah, I would love that.
That's you transfer money like to different currencies. It's sort of like a digital Western Union, isn't it?
Okay. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, well there it is. Wise is huge, says Alex. Because when I went to Thailand, if you want to cash, just go to a little machine person there, and they do the thing, right? Or your card, my credit card, you can just charge, and there's no transaction fees. Like, they do this thing that just does it. So I guess I'm not sure why I will open up an account to charge, like, I don't know, different type of money. But I don't know. This might be a reason for it. But again, good stuff. There it is. I'm with you. Yeah.
I've never had the need to transfer money to somebody, I guess. So, but maybe I should look at it if I ever want to send money
Now
to
I could
some.
see,
Maybe that.
if you don't want to use your own credit card, maybe you want to use a different card, like a virtual card, maybe, so you're protected.
Hmm.
But your credit card has great protection. Like you call, hey, this is not me, right away, it's reversed and you're good. So, but Alex says he uses it a bunch. There you go. All right, Wise, we expect a
Okay.
check for all that promotion there. So we'll wait for that in the
Yeah.
mail.
I'll have to
Clark.
figure out how to do that. Anyways, we
Yeah.
did have some numbers, by the way. We're talking about economic
Okay. What do we
data.
got?
So, well, we did the non-farm payroll came out. I'm looking to see if the market is reacting. It doesn't seem it did because it came out a few minutes ago, and the market said, yeah, whatever. But it is lower. The non-farm employment change reduced 98,000 here. You can see versus a 118,000 forecast. So I would have thought the market would be, somewhat interested in that number. Apparently not. So. Our next data point doesn't come until after the market open at 9:45 and then at 10 a.m. So
All
again,
right.
we'll come back to that later.
All right, you got it. All right, friends, we're gonna go ahead and transition the room over to Jared. Engineering the market starts now. He's gonna take you through some stuff there and special stuff happening later at 10:30 here on the YouTube and in the chat room. So look forward to that. Stick around. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but stick around. All right, let's continue here. Let me disconnect from chat. All right, see you guys a little bit later, and let's take a look at what's happening with our gappers list. So, Peter, as far as gap up, I do see some better names towards the bottom. PLTR, Oklo, these are very nice this morning. So, if you wanna maybe look at some of the stuff that people do like PLTR, I know it's one that a lot of people watch in our community.
Yeah, Oklo is an interesting one because they got a milestone yesterday when the Department of Energy approved their final safety analysis for their one of their reactor tests, the Groves isotope test that was performed in Texas, and the Department of Energy says, okay, you're good to go. So that's important because this is like part of their pre-startup activities and approvals that they need before they can sort of run their first sort of test reactor. So, look, they're moving forward with their business model. We may see these reactors online sometime in the next year or so. So anyways, sometime July is when Oklo plans to fire up that reactor, and get it running to try and generate some electric power. So that's interesting. You can imagine. Can you imagine how many safety protocols and system checks you have to go through to be able to run a nuclear reactor? Because I mean, think about the material you're using, right? You got all this fissionable material that you have to protect on the way in, and then of course you've got the stuff that comes on the way out, and how you manage it in the process, and is it safe in operation? And I mean, it's got to be massively onerous, all of the safety protocol, and for good reason. But yeah, it's anyway. So we'll see where Oklo goes, but that final safety check approved by the Department of Energy. So we might see Oklo move. I don't know. This is the type of thing that it's just like it's one step out of many, right? So
Yeah.
it's gapping up this morning 3.6%, but it's been moving down in the last half an hour. So I don't know. Maybe on Oklo.
Yeah,
So
we'll have to see.
that's another one that's moving up. I noticed PLTR is right at the bottom of our list here. PLTR, Carlos, like we keep talking about it. They yesterday we announced that strategic partnership or talked about the strategic partnership they had with NVDA, which NVIDIA did acknowledge. So hey, unlike a lot of others where they'll say they've got a strategic partnership, and then NVIDIA makes absolutely no mention. NVIDIA said, yeah, we do, right? And they were mentioning it on their own website, so that's good. It gave us some interesting movement. I like the way it moved yesterday, anyways. It gave some good increases and a good pullback. Yeah, PLTR is not a bad mover at times. So I think it might be worth putting on the gappers list. And what I'm surprised is not moving though, Carlos, is
Yep.
we're not seeing any movement. Let me get my slides here. What I'm surprised is not moving is I'm not seeing Novo Nordisk. I'm not seeing HIMS. They're not moving yet so far. because there was, I think a pretty impactful, decision made yesterday by Medicare. Medicare has announced that apparently global or national obesity in the U.S., which has seen a significant increase since the 1960s. People have been talking about this for a while, right? But if you look at this, apparently over 40% of Americans are rated as obese and almost 10% as severely obese. And as such, Medicare thinks it's severe, enough of a problem that they've approved the GLP-1 family of drugs, which include Ozempic and others, for inclusion in for Medicare. So
Oh, that's big.
that's big for Novo Nordisk, and it's big for their resellers like Hims and others that obviously sell these products, because inclusion in Medicare means that more people can get access to their drugs, and you as a taxpayer get to pay for it. So whether you think that's right or not, I'm looking for trading opportunities, and I said I'm very surprised to see Novo Nordisk, Hims. Those are the two that I was watching.
They're not really reacting big to
No, they're
this.
not. It's not at all. So, um,
Is Medicaid
uh,
gonna regulate the price? Because that's gonna be
well,
the only thing, right? Like they maybe
I think
cash is king. In Medicaid, you're not
yeah.
getting that. You
I
know?
think it may be because it's relatively limited. So the expected impact, there's about 3.8 million Medicare beneficiaries who are actively paying $350 a month for the Wegovy and the Zepbound and these other GLP-1 drugs. And
Right.
apparently the Medicare copay is going to be about $50 a month. So that's it's something, but it's a relatively small amount compared to the amount that they have to pay. It's not like it's paying for the whole thing, but just the fact that it's on the Medicare list for any type of copay is a change. So, but yeah, I think again, this is just Peter's opinion. I'm very critical of those drugs. I think they're problematic. Any drug that you get onto that you have to keep using for the rest of your life, or the effects come back and even stronger when you stop it, that's problematic. Plus, it hasn't been around long enough for us to really understand. So what happens after 10 or 20 years of using this? And I'm worried about the youths anyways, that are using this thing and get, it's not an addiction thing. It's just as soon as you stop using it, it sort of has a knock-on effect to your body, because of course it's causing some, your body systems to regulate stuff in a different way. So, anyways, that being said, it doesn't matter whether you agree or not. What we're looking for is where's the tradable opportunity against this. And I said I thought it was going to be in Novo Nordisk and Hims primarily, as
I
some
don't
of some
see
of
it.
the the big two that we tend to watch from a trading point of view. Neither one is moving. So
Yeah, I would think that would be big, big news, but there must be something preventing it from having a big day because that's big. I would have thought, but yeah, nothing's happening. It's pretty. I mean, they have moved for less exciting news than this. They have moved more,
uh,
right? So
Shandon
interesting.
Darun is saying that's what addiction is. I don't know. Like I guess as far as I know, these drugs don't create like it's not like you have to have them. You don't feel like some compulsion to use them, but you just know that if you stop using them, the effects reverse themselves, and sometimes with a vengeance. So but maybe it is. I don't know if it creates addiction like symptoms. Does it? Not that I was aware of. But anyways, doesn't matter. Anyways, we don't need to talk about the drug. Who knows?
Yep.
What I'm worried about is, again, or what I'm interested in, can I trade it? And so far, it does not look like that's the case. Let's see. So there's that news, Carlos. The other news that, again, I don't know how to trade this, but I thought it was interesting news just to bring up that we could share is apparently the egg producers of America have agreed to a settlement to pay for because there there was the big egg price. People were like all up in arms over egg prices a little while ago,
Yeah.
and especially during the pandemic when they were saying people were taking advantage of it, and you can't argue like egg prices. saw a lot of fluctuation over sort of pandemic and post-pandemic years. And you can see here's a graph from over the last 30 years of 40 years. Maybe this is 40 years of egg prices. It looks like it goes from 1980 to current. So, but look how egg prices have spiked, just in the last couple of years there. Anyways, apparently the U.S.'s largest egg producers agreed to settle allegations that they artificially inflated egg prices, but the settlement feels pretty modest to me. The companies involved in this settlement are Cal-Maine Foods, Versova, and Hickman's Egg Ranch, which are going to pay a combined $3.3 million to 17 states and donate 53 million eggs to food banks and not-for-profit organizations. 3.3 million? That feels like nothing.
Yeah,
That
that's not a
doesn't,
lot.
yeah, that doesn't feel like it's a big settlement. So, in any event, I don't know. I mean, that's the settlement, and so whether you agree or not, apparently egg prices have. Did you notice egg prices, Carlos? I feel like they've.
I just bought them yesterday. I didn't look at the price. I got the receipt somewhere. I gotta check. I have no idea. No idea.
I know what I pay for eggs. I mean, here
Okay.
it's been stable for the last little while, and we've been paying. I pay $3.97 for a dozen eggs, and that's been the stable price for last 6 months or so now, which is significantly higher. Like it used to be, eggs were about half that, right? You can pay $2, 250, something for eggs. But yeah, it's certainly gone up. But I don't know. I mean, everything's gone up in price. So eggs, we didn't quite see the same eggflation that you did in the U.S. Because I remember you did have that bird flu, right? That broke out. They had
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
eliminate like hundreds of millions of birds because of it, which caused a problem in the egg supply. We didn't see that same. I mean, the bird flu didn't affect the Canadian egg producers, as far as I was aware. So, in any event, yeah, it's. I don't really pay attention to egg prices like you, Carlos. I'm in a fortunate position where I just buy groceries. And my wife's like, "How much did you pay for that?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." Right? I just bought it.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. I literally went yesterday. My wife gave me a list of a couple of things. We usually go on the weekends. A couple of things to get that we're missing, like 7 items or whatever it was. I don't remember. Eggs was one of them. Turkey and all this other stuff. And I said, yeah, I got everything. And she's like, was it about $70? And she was dead on. It was like $69, 69 something. I'm like, how did you like? Yeah, I'm like, she was dead on. So, but I have no idea how much of that was the eggs.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
I,
just buy and just go.
I've done that too. Again, I know that I'm in a fortunate position where I go get groceries and I'll come back and I'm like, you know what? Like I sort of realize sometimes as I'm putting the receipt away or something, I didn't even look. I have no idea. If they told me how much it was, I didn't even pay attention. Like I have no idea whether I just paid $150 or $400 for groceries. I'm just like, whatever, I take out the card and pay for groceries. I have no idea what the cost was, and I'm like, I probably should pay closer attention, because I
Yeah.
mean, you pick up
And
some
maybe
things, you're like, oh,
the
I'll
one
get
next
this
to it is $2 less. Is the same thing. You never know. My
maybe.
wife always gets
Well,
me
but
with that. So
even just how you pick things up, you're like, oh, buy this because it's on sale. I don't pay attention when they scan it in to see if I actually get the sale price. Like, again, I probably should, but.
mm.
Uh, well, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the prices are what I'm paying for things or what's on the sticker. So, anyways, all right. All that
There
aside,
you go.
Carlos, Meta's moving
Yeah,
right now.
got it up here.
I'm trying to find the news here. I mean, there's got to be some news, right? Because it suddenly jumped up a few minutes ago here, right after 8:30, and it's moving.
Yeah. I have here, the only news I have is that Candy got her settlement for $4.87 from Meta. So I'm sure, for them using her data, her personal data, she got $4.87. But they're moving, man. They're moving pretty good. And it's got to be something happening.
Meta did announce that they are building a cloud business to sell excess AI compute.
Yep.
So, and they're not the first to do this. Actually, SpaceX said that. So, which is interesting. So, it's interesting in two ways. So, one, they think there's a potential market to sell their excess compute, unless it's just a marketing thing, right? But two, they have excess compute, which means have they overbuilt? Right? Why would they have excess? Why do they have AI compute that they're not using? I thought they needed it all. I thought they were driving big growth and all this was needed. Are we starting to see glut in the market? Does that mean prices are going to drop if everybody's trying to sell the excess? That could mean that there's too much AI compute going on out there. And as everybody knows, right, we're still building data centers like crazy, especially across North America here. I mean, Carlos, I don't think there's it seems like everywhere there's a new data center going up somewhere. We have concerns here in my city. I know that in your region you were talking about AI data centers going up. I mean,
Yep.
it's happening
Oh,
everywhere.
Corwick's
So
got a big one here. Down in
have we overbuilt?
this
I don't know. This
I
is
don't
just
know.
Peter speculating. Anyways, so that's the only news I see. There's a Meta's, going to create a business to sell off their excess compute. But this sounds similar to, there's already big businesses that do this. Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, right? They all have cloud services where they sell their compute. So this doesn't feel innovative, but I guess maybe that's enough to get the stock to move. So
Yeah, doesn't feel special, but it is moving nicely here, guys. Up 7.2. 1.2 million shares traded. You can look at the daily, how nice that looks, going into some areas of support, resistance. So yeah, I like it. It's going to be on my list. Normally, I don't add Meta. I don't think they trade very well. But on news like this, I think it's worth taking a look at this morning. All right, friends. More stuff on the gap up list. We talked about PLTR, talked about Oklo, and I think that's pretty much it as far as the stuff we like here. Now is on here. Let's talk about now before we hop off the gap up. I know this is one that many people like to look at. Is Service Now this morning. They're up 4.3, 951,000 shares traded. Pre-market action. It's got some movement going on here. Their daily looks more exciting. Look at this pop up to 135, back down to 90, now back up to 103. Peter, what's your thoughts on it? And I'm not sure of any news in particular, but it looks good as far as action this morning.
Yeah, the only news I see is that they did get an upgrade. Guggenheim analysts upgraded them to a buy with a $125 price target. So sure. I don't know. You know how I feel about analysts. So I don't know that that's enough for me to get interested in trading it, but it does seem to be in play a little bit.
And it can move, man. Like you could literally take a couple of shares, like 100 shares, 50, 75, 50 shares. And if this thing can move $2-3, like, you can make okay.
Yeah,
You do okay.
it can move. I don't know. I think on your popcorn list, Carlos, I was going back to it. I do think you need to put TC. It's definitely in play here.
Yeah, let's go back.
I mean, it's moving down right now, but it's just churning the volume here. It's 34 million shares traded now. It's in play today. It's moving.
I don't like that we can't short it, but no R2 borrow on SSR as well, on SSR. But it's in play. I mean, this is massive stuff here.
I think most popcorn stocks are going to be hard to borrow. Like the other one that's moving with big volume this morning is that GEM, JEM, the Cayman Islands, 707 Cayman Holdings, which is, it's got 19 million shares and counting. So JEM.
Up 120, same thing here. Yeah. All right, we'll put down the popcorn list TC right now, and we'll see what takes place there. All right, friends, that covers our gap up list. Quick announcement: I want to make sure you guys take advantage of this, so do it before it is no longer available. If you head over to Trading Terminal, let me get the right link. I did share it earlier, but I know we were not live on YouTube, like something went wrong with the automatic connection. But tradingterminal.com / July 4th. Special deal we're running for all new Trading Terminal members. You get for $1 14-day access to the platform, right? So tradingterminal.com, you get the premium access for 14 days for just $1. So give it a shot. We're going to be running this through, I don't know when this expires, but I know it's through July 4th. So definitely take advantage of that, friends. So head on over there, click on this link, start the 14-day trial promo, and you can go from there. Oh, look. Only new subscribers, so it's not letting me do it. I can't get the $1. All right, that's okay. But if you're a new member, if you're not a member, new subscriber, you get access to that. So take advantage of it, guys. Go right there right now, tradingterminal.com / July 4th, and you get access to that. All right, let's go to our gap down. Our gap down has seems to have grown quite a bit in the last couple of minutes. We've been going to the gap up here.
It really has.
But yeah, it was like 3 tickers. Now it's massive. Leading the way SSTK. We are down 32%. Shutterstock. I know these guys. The photo company. Well, I'm sure they'll do more than that, but the image photo copyright company. Everything I look up on Google comes up with Shutterstock across of it. But here it is, 32% gap down this morning. Yeah, this company's done. It's just AI everything. What's well, all right, let's back up. Peter, what's going on? What's the news? But there's another company that I don't see no future in. There's no future in this company at all.
Well, and there's two big names in this space. One is Getty Images. So that's the other one you would see all the time, right? Getty Images and Shutterstock, right? If you want stock photography, if you want pictures that you need to pay for, which, as you said, Carlos, it seems like a tough business because you can get so many pictures for free all the time. And I run into their stuff all the time, and I just search till I find another one that's okay that I can use that's free. But anyways, but I guess they still have a business. I mean, lots of professional business, because sometimes you want to know that you're not going to be in any copyright infringement, right? Somebody could have posted something and doesn't mean that they had license to it. So if you're producing professional material, you're going to use Shutter. I've got actually a Shutterstock picture of my son that he did for a photo shoot for Costco for one of their advertising campaigns, which I thought was sort of cool.
Nice.
Anyways, never mind. But Getty Images and Shutterstock were supposed to be merging. And Getty terminated that merger because in the UK, they only got approval for the merger from the regulatory agency if they had divested their editorial photography business. And they said they didn't want to do that. And as such, they're backing away from the merger. So that's why the stock is dropping down. So what was seen as a good, Carlos, I mean, sometimes, you might have two failing businesses, but merge them together and the market can like that sometimes. So, whether you consider this, I mean, are they failing? I don't know. I don't know what their revenue looks like, but let's see. What do their financials look like on Shutterstock?
It's like the paper business. Like it was great at one time. And if you're a big enough company, you might just go take your own pictures. Like just hire people to go take their own pictures. I don't know. So
it does look like their revenue peaked actually fairly recently. If I look at their revenue performance, it sort of peaked back in mid 2025, so mid last year, and then it's been on the decline here. So and forecasts have their revenue declining, quarter over quarter. So maybe their best days are behind them. I don't know. It's tough to say. Yeah. So
no question. Look at the spike over on the daily, going back to 2022. Everybody was home. Everybody was stuck home trying to do things, right? The pandemic effect. But yeah, man, AI images are getting so damn good, Peter. It's crazy. The flyers, when you used to do birthday flyers for the kids, you used to, go on and go to Etsy and buy those. I don't do those anymore. Go to ChatGPT. Hey, give me a Toy Story flyer for my son's 7-year-old birthday party. Here's that. Put it together, print it out, done. Free. You used to pay for that. Not anymore. That's it. So, yeah, things are changing when it comes to all this imaging.
I see Christian asking, is the BBT website down? It is not, but I'm
in it right now.
It's very slow to react. I don't know what's going on, but it's really, really slow. So it was good just a few minutes ago, but if you know what, I'll message the team here and let them know. But yeah, so
we'll get on it, guys. So BBT, it's not down because I'm connected to it, but I guess if you're trying to get in, you might be having some issues if it is running slow. So the team will check on it and see what's going on there. All right, friends, as Peter does that, back to the gap down list. SSTK, I don't really like the pre-market action at the moment. New York Stock Exchange ticker. You might get volume later when the market actually opens. How much volume you're going to get, I'm not sure, because look, on their best day, if you look at the daily, they're only getting 4.9 million shares traded. So not a whole lot of volume. This makes it difficult to read the level 2, the market atlas, makes it difficult to do a lot of that stuff. So, and again, guys, get the market atlas for free today. So you have it ready and available. There's the link to use market atlas as part of that as well. So when you go in there, you can use market atlas as well and put the tickers for yourself and go play around with that. All right, let's continue. The next one on here in the gap down is DRAM. Round Hill T-Rex 2 times long DRAM is the name of the ticker. So very long name there. But
Yeah.
again, ETF. I normally don't trade these.
No.
This one just fairly split or fairly did
Um,
something I just mentioned before back on the 24th.
I'm surprised it made our list
Yeah.
because our list normally filters out all
That
of
is true. Why
all
is
of
it
the
making our
ETFs and
list?
the SPACs. They shouldn't normally be on here. I'm not because normally we
Yeah.
look at the float and they don't normally list a float, right? Because that's not how they trade.
Oh.
And
The
that's what
flow
I
should be
do.
0, right? The flow should actually be 0, I think, right?
Correct. That's right. And normally I say you have to
Mm,
have a float of greater than one. That's one of the filters I use. So
right.
how I don't know why this one's slipping through the cracks here because it's also just a recent ETF, right? Like it only came
Yeah.
out. It looks like a few days ago. So that's why we're seeing it here. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little
That's a
odd.
strange
Anyways,
one.
probably the wrong time to launch an ETF on the DRAM sector because while memory has been going crazy over the last little while, it feels like it's hit a peak. Right, SanDisk and Western Digital, of course, are our two poster children for this sector and for memory chips. And they're still doing okay. You don't have to feel sad for them, but they certainly aren't right back at the all-time highs. Western Digital seen a little bit more of a drop off than has SanDisk, which is still given an indication that it might want to set some new highs, but really hasn't been able to for the last week or two. So, anyways, we'll see what happens with these stocks, and RAM is just sort of a barometer of that as it's dropping here this morning.
Yeah. Careful, guys. ETF 2 times leverage can move quite a bit, so be very careful with that one. Next, NBIS, guys, down 9.5. I like this one. It can trade very well. We have traded in the past. A lot higher price since last time we looked at this. We traded around this 150, 130-ish price tag. Now it's at 250, which is not bad. But man, look at the drop here. Down 9.7, 871,000 shares traded. There's other ETF. I can remember NBIZ. Oh yeah, here's the inverse of this one. NBIZ for our Canadian friends on Canada Day. NBIZ Z. You can see here. This is the invert of that you can trade. So, Peter, clearly having some issues here this morning. Not feeling so hot is NBIS Niveus Group.
Yeah, it just seems to be a very sort of severe, response or backlash after the growth yesterday. Yesterday, they announced the launch of their AI Cloud 3.6. And, that sort of drove push higher on the stock, as you can see, sort of based on yesterday's chart. It feels like it's just pulling back pretty harshly, actually, after that announcement. But I don't, is it going to give us a trading opportunity? We weren't looking at it yesterday, and yesterday is when it had that growth at the open. Good stock at the open, by the way. If anybody is watching that, I don't think I saw anybody in the YouTube channel mentioning it. Did we talk?
No, I
I
did
don't.
not.
No,
I
I
didn't.
didn't.
I
And
don't
and if you
recall. No.
look at the 5 minute chart for yesterday at the open, I mean that's when all the movement happened, and then the afternoon was relatively quiet. So, do I expect some good movement today? I don't know. Tough to say. I mean, yesterday's volume wasn't exceptional. The movement was good, but the volume was about average, which means you're going to expect to see 12 million shares traded or so on any given day. So, doesn't feel that special today. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
add here.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Agreed. One we spoke about earlier is CoreWeave, right? So CoreWeave as well, also dropping here a bit. We're down 8.6, 1.6 million shares traded. I do like CoreWeave. Look at this drop we're getting here. So I will add that to my list. It's one of my stocks I do like to trade when it is in play. So CoreWeave, we'll add that on here this morning. Peter, anything specific on CoreWeave? We're seeing a lot of these tech, data center stuff, SanDisk, a lot of MEMU, a lot of this stuff down, WDC. I mean, man, everything is just this list. SMCI, everything is just lower and lower. Intel is on here as well. So all this tech stuff's just getting a little bit of a drop, as we're seeing here.
All of the tech that we normally rely on does seem to be pushing down this morning. So I don't think it's anything specific to any one company. We're seeing this type of drop on a lot of stuff here. Like look at what CoreWeave has done pre-market, as you show here, Carlos, from 8:30 onward. We've seen a drop, but all the semis have done the same thing. And it's not based on economic data. Like we haven't had a whole ton of economic activity that has pushed it or others. So I don't know what's I think we just got maybe some selling in the marketplace here. Maybe going into the presidential speech happening this afternoon, and of course the long weekend, right? So sometimes money likes to pull itself away from the market a little bit before the long weekend, because don't forget the U.S. market will get out of sync with the rest of the world, especially if something happens. And I can see some concern, right? I mean, the Trump administration built a lot of expectations into this U.S. 250 celebrations, and the market could be concerned about, sort of backlash or, that there may be some outcome from that, let alone the other macroeconomic events that we know are still in play. So, I mean, I'm speculating. It's tough to know exactly what sometimes, right, what the deep-pocketed big money is thinking, but it feels like just what we're seeing, what we're observing so far, is a little bit of decreased volumes, and as we're seeing now, right, a lot of stuff on prices that are suddenly dropping. So I don't know. The CoreWeave doesn't look unique, but it's worth watching, I think. Along with your favorite semis and some of the other stuff like PLTR that we've already talked about.
Yeah, 100%. Again, guys, list keeps growing. Things are going lower and lower. You got MU, Sanders, and some other ones on here as well. So if you go to the bottom, you can see some more stuff coming up. So there's a ton, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult for us to find stocks in play that are doing their own thing. But clearly, things not looking
and they don't have to.
hot. Yeah.
I'm okay with trading stocks that aren't doing their own thing. As long as they're predictably following the market, then you can sort of pick whichever one you want, right, and trade them alongside the market
market's
direction.
Not even moving though. Market is just flat. It's just kind of like, hey, you guys
well,
dive. Let me see what the Qs are doing. Qs are dropping a little bit. So
yeah, the Qs and the SPY dropped quickly at 8:30, but you're right, they're moving sideways now. So.
All right, friends. Peter, as far as the gap down, anything you like before we head on over to the chat and see what they like this morning?
Well, one that I was surprised was gapping down. Tesla, maybe this is just because they're being pushed by the market. Tesla seems to be moving down so far this morning. But they had some news. They announced that in Texas, in Austin specifically, they are sort of relaunching, or they're putting back on the roads their cyber car. Remember when they had the big press release? How long, Carlos, was that? Like, it was over a year ago, wasn't it? The cyber taxi.
It feels like it was. Yeah, it feels like it was over a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels the same.
Anyways, here's what it looks like. This is their cyber taxi. Now, what's significant about this one is, unlike other driverless cars, this one has no steering wheel and no pedals. So you literally have zero opportunity for control. You are at the whim of the vehicle. So, hey, look, eventually that's the future, I think, of where we're going to. But this would be the first, as far as I'm aware, to hit the market where you would have, no controls whatsoever. They don't even exist. So, yeah, and I like how they've gone with the gull wing doors on their little two-door, cyber taxi thing. So there you go. In any event, it looks cool. It looks very futuristic. Doesn't it look like, like sort of the version of a 90s sci-fi car, which makes sense, right? That would be, I think that would fit Elon's sensibility. He loves sort of the retro tech stuff and styling,
Yeah, I agree.
I got to believe, this looks like it could have been out of RoboCop. I think that would appeal to him. And anyways, the color is cool. I do like the color. I mean, I don't think they're all this color, but this is the color, and I do like the light bar on the front. I think those light bars are cool. They look good when they're going down the road. Anyways, so they're launching this. They're going to be on the road. So I'd be curious if anybody's out there in Texas, in Austin. You let me know if you see one. Let me know if you ride one. That would be cool. But yeah, apparently they're hitting the road. So we'll see if that has any appreciable impact on Tesla stock. Of course, whether we get good stories or bad stories, we'll have to see, right? Because inevitably when these things go, there's always a risk, right? Because look, something's going to go wrong. And you know what? This is where I got to give some credit. It probably won't be the car's fault. It might be. It might be, but it
Yep.
probably won't because, let's face it, humans are stupid and we do crazy things all the time. Especially out there on the roads, right? People stepping out into traffic when they shouldn't, cars doing unexpected things with human drivers. I mean, I feel bad. Designing like an automated driving system is really, really a tough challenge because you just never know when someone's going to do, the last thing you expect. So, in any event, I want to see them again. I'm not going to be the first one to ride it, but I love the concept. I hope in my lifetime I'm going to be able to literally just go out and say, send me a car, and just this random car with no human for me to talk to just shows up and it takes me where I want to go. And Carlos doesn't make me end up like that guy you were talking about from the show Upload, where the
Yes,
car won't
yes.
listen to his commands and crashes them into a wall, and he ends up dying and becomes a digital avatar of himself. But anyways, that's just a TV show. But that is a fear, right? That like you're just in a car and suddenly it goes crazy and you have no control and it drives you into a lake or something, or worse,
Yeah,
into
no,
into a
won't be
tractor
fun.
trailer. Yeah. So in any
Absolutely.
event,
Man,
all right. So
I'm, I know this is old. I know I'm behind on this, but I gotta tell you, the speed of things, right? So we got, again, this is very light stuff. Speaking of tech stuff, we got this banner here, right? We got this special going on. I'll let you guys know about. So I took
yeah,
this, I loaded this into ChatGPT. I said, hey, do me a lower third banner so I can show right now, and it
yeah.
did it in like 3 seconds, Peter. And there it is.
Now,
This would have
do you have a
taken you.
paid? Do you have a
I
paid
do pay the twenty
subscription?
dollars. Yeah, I paid
Yeah, yeah,
$20. Yeah, so
okay.
it's very
Because
fast.
I try and it's interesting because I do not pay for it, and I tried the other day to get it to generate a picture, and it said generating, and it
Yeah, it'll
literally
keep you.
sat there
It'll
for
throw you in the
two.
back burner. Yeah.
It sat there for 2 hours because I
Yeah.
was trying to generate slides for the pre-market show right here, and it literally sat there for 2 hours and said almost ready, just finalizing one thing, just one more little
Yeah.
change to go. You know how
They.
it gives you those
It's
stupid
like
messages?
Carlos is ahead of you. He paid. You
Yeah.
didn't. That's basically what it's telling you.
So
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 it's gonna
they've
do.
really they've cut the free services. I mean, like you
Yeah.
said, it's great, but yeah, you got
Yeah.
to pay for it.
So it took them like 4 minutes or less to 3 minutes to do this banner at the bottom. I just did it. Look how fast and easy that is. I mean, yes, if you zoom in, the quality is probably not great, but sometimes speed is more important than the perfect quality.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, look at
look,
that speed. It's
you got
there. It's a
no
banner.
there's no pictures of humans on it, so you don't have to count the fingers or anything and
No,
make sure they
yeah,
have
and the
two,
fingers are getting
you know,
better. Fingers are definitely getting
they don't have
much
two left
better.
hands or
So
yeah.
there we go. All right,
Put a
friends.
clock on it. Have they fixed some of that stuff? You know how it was always like
Like
a
what?
clock would always be like 10 after 10 because that's the only thing that
I
AI
haven't
could
done
generate
clock
was
pictures
that
yet,
that.
but I know that the
Uh,
details are getting a lot better, a lot better.
anyways,
But
yeah.
so it makes
All
me
right.
think about Shutterstock, right? Like the stock Shutterstock. When I can build something like this, I got no graphics background at all. I just basically take this picture, make it into a
Yeah.
lower third banner, and you come up with this in seconds. Shutterstock, you're in trouble, my friend. You are in trouble. I get it, the
Yeah.
copyright and all that stuff. You're in trouble. It's a business that's they better figure out how to get together with Getty. I think they got to figure that out. I think they'll be more powerful together. But you're not going to have all these companies running around for image creation and copyright. It's just not going to work. You're going to have one
Yeah.
that archaic people are still going to use. The
Well,
new
not when
generation, they're
yeah,
using ChatGPT.
like you said, not when who needs stock photography when you can like invent photography on the fly.
Right.
So, you
Yeah.
know.
So here is SSTK. We are down 30%. And there you see it. And it will, right now in chat, you get what you pay for. I agree. But again, it comes down to speed, right? Sometimes you want something fast and you're okay with the quality being okay. And people are forgiving. People are very forgiving when it comes to speed and quality. So yeah, there it is.
I mean, and
SSDK,
we've
still not going to be on my list, but it is in place today if you guys like it.
yeah, well, we've been through these revolutions before, right? Like, think even just our conversation here, Carlos. It's all about like there was a point in time where a painting was considered the real thing, and why would you get a photograph? I mean, yeah, it's real, but it's a photograph, and it's no substitute for an actual painting. And now you wouldn't think of painting anything, right? It's all photography. So maybe this is just the evolution where we're going from real, you photographed a real thing to I invented a photograph that simulates a real thing. And again, if I can't tell the difference, if I don't know, do I care? If you brought me a picture and said, "Here's a photograph of, I don't know, my Italian trip, and here's the AI generated photos of my Italian trip," would I be able to tell the difference? I mean, probably not. Do I care? I don't know. Maybe you care because you were there, and that the AI one doesn't represent what you actually saw. I
Yeah,
don't.
you
I
did.
don't know.
The point of the photograph is to stop that moment in time. So if
Yeah.
you didn't really stop that moment in time, then yeah, that doesn't count.
But that,
you
but
know.
that's when we're talking about vacation photographs and you're trying to capture a memory. But like you said, Carlos, for the stuff that you're doing, you're not
Oh
trying to
yeah, you don't
capture a
care.
memory.
Oh,
You're just
care
creating
less.
I just want to create
Yeah.
an image, right? And I could care less if it's a real thing or if it's a fake thing.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah.
I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating as we're getting to this evolution. We'll see where it goes, right? I mean, it all
Yeah.
becomes societal norms and what we deem acceptable. And yeah, but as we know, it's getting increasingly difficult to tell the real from the fake. Although I can tell you, I know those 60-year-old Tai Chi guys are not real. I know that. There's no way.
Yeah, and the voice is still not
That,
very Shopify. Like
anybody
it's,
Well, I get
so
I still get those ads all the time, right? Do this 5 minutes a
yeah.
day, the chair Tai Chi, and you can get ripped abs at 60 years old. I'm like, come on, who are you kidding? Anyways,
Yeah.
I just those
Yeah.
those still amuse me. I find those
Yeah.
hilarious. But
And friends, all that stuff is run with all this stuff. SanDisk, MU, all these memory data centers are all
that's
here.
right.
AMD. I mean,
That's
this is
right.
ran with all. This is how I did that. That ChatGPT, it
You're
ran
to
off
blame.
some NVIDIA server somewhere, and that is what's hot. And man, I feel like this sector has been hot for forever. Not hot in play, because some days are not
Yeah.
as great. Like today's not. It doesn't look like it's going to be a great day. As far as, and I say great day, I'm not talking about our trading. I'm talking about more about the gap up or down on some of these tickers.
Yeah. Candy's like, keep track of this conversation, and then come back to it in a couple of years, and we'll see how accurate we were. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
see.
find
But
out. We'll find out.
we were talking about this last week, Carlos, to what you were just saying. Yeah, we're starting to see the real world implications, by the way, of the use of all of this compute power. Whether we're generating images or doing dumb stuff or whatever you're using it for, it's starting to see price increases seep into things. The price of an Xbox has doubled. Apple announced last week a significant increase in some of their devices, right, in their compute infrastructure. Their Studio, the Apple Studio device went from $3,800 to $5,400 or something like that. So some big price increases coming because the price of all the underlying chips are expensive. And I said I'm seeing it in my businesses, the businesses that I run, the charities that I'm involved with. Right, our single largest increased line item in the last fiscal year was compute because
Yep.
prices were a lot more than we had budgeted for. So it's having real world implications on businesses and individuals. So yeah, it's an
Uh,
inflationary problem.
Absolutely. All right, friends. So far on my list, I got Meta, I got CoreWeave. I will probably add MBIS. I think it looks very, very active. Might be tough to trade, so maybe more of a secondary one. But for now, I will put it on the main list. I think it's moving very well here, down 8.8, and I do like the volume in it. 1.3 million shares traded. So gonna put it on there. We'll see if it's gonna survive, because then we got the Tesla, then we got NVIDIA. Our usual suspects that do trade very, very well. Actually, speaking of NVIDIA, I like the way that looks, NVIDIA. Pre-market actually looks very nice right now.
I mean, Nvidia's not alone. AMD looks good to me too. But yeah, they're moving this morning. I mean, all of the Marvell looks pretty good here this morning. Lower volume so far, but you normally would expect that on it. So actually, Marvell's
Should
got
be
higher volume than AMD does now that I look at it. So
yeah.
it's not
Well,
bad.
AMD with their massive price of 500, almost $600 here. Things are gonna look better with NVIDIA and MRVL. But yeah,
Melanie made an interesting comment. She's saying that her daughters actually have fun predicting whether they can tell if something's AI and can mom. So they're like the girls can, but you can't. I'm wondering, is that going to be a generational thing? Like, are younger generations going to be better able to distinguish between an AI generated picture and a real one? Maybe because we're older, we're just too trusting. It looks like a photograph. I'll accept it as a photograph. Whereas they're like, nah, I can tell it's not real for whatever reason. I don't know. I think I'd probably fail that test.
Yeah, you probably, if it's done well, and depending on what it's done of. Humans, you could probably tell. Landscape,
I mean,
it's getting very difficult now to tell. Extremely
that being
difficult.
said, it also goes the other way, right? Because I mean, I have pictures that I've been using for years that everybody looks at them and goes, well, nice AI Photoshop. Where's that one that I don't think do I even have it here? I don't think I have it here, but on my computer. But there's the photo that I have of myself with Rihanna, and everybody's like, well, that's a pretty crappy Photoshop job. And I'm like, that's an actual photograph, right? It does look fake. I'll give you that.
Well, yeah, you look very weird in the back. It's just like you don't look
it
like
does
you're
look
part
weird.
of the situation there.
No.
So.
Yeah. But
There you go.
so maybe it's just one of those things where now you're going to be able to you won't be able to tell the weird but real photos from the AI ones.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
getting to that point. Friends over on YouTube and X, let us know what tickers you like. So I added NVDA. I have NBIS, which I might move down. Is Meta still doing its thing? Because again, I thought Meta was doing its own thing. Actually, it is doing its own thing. It's gapping up, still moving, trying to move higher here. So Meta's good today.
News.
Yeah, Meta's good today. I don't love the price tag of 605 here, but it is moving nice. I'm sure Meta has tons of ETFs, right? Meta X or something. Meta X. What do we have? I'm sure there's tons for Meta.
Sure.
There's gotta be.
Oh,
you guys,
I'm sure there are. I've never used any.
Never used any, right?
There's gotta be.
So you guys help me out if you see something there. Yeah, because this, I mean, you could trade Meta directly. Just keep in mind that it can move $5, so very easily and quickly. So be careful with the number of shares. MTX. Oh, there it is. METU.
METU, METW.
There it is. There's one.
MET.
But then this one doesn't move a lot. It's only like 30 cents move there. So, beggars can't be choosers either. So we got to be careful here. I'm asking for too much. Do we have a $150 one? 150? That would be the sweet spot for me. But yeah, there it is. All right, so pick your favorites, but definitely Meta in play. I will have that there. What else do you guys like? What do you have to pull up this morning? Google. Let's take a look at that one. That one was in play yesterday. This morning. This is funny. It's a couple of things are clearly the non-chip stuff is higher. Google is higher today too, 1%. Meta is up nicely. Yeah.
I like how Google's just happily moving higher, right? And despite the market, it's moving higher. And remember, we had that news, right? Klarna, maybe KLAR is moving up because they won a let's call it a $2 billion antitrust case against Google. And big news for Klarna Group because $2 billion
huge
would
for
be
them.
good. Google is like, you know what? Let me just hold on. Let me go to the piggy bank. In fact, forget that.
Not even piggy bank. Let me see if it fell down the couch and the side of the couch.
Let me check the couch cushions. I got $2 billion for you here. Whatever. Get the hell out of here. I don't even care. So,
keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, it must be.
I don't know if you guys know what that's from.
Can you imagine being in Google and you're a lawyer running a $2 billion antitrust case, and you could probably barely get the executive's attention, right, in the company and your client, because they're like, whatever, just settle this thing, don't settle it, I don't care, just I don't want to worry about it.
Yeah,
there you go. People are getting it, Carlos.
Oh, people are on it, man. Yeah, I got this is too easy. I got to get harder ones.
Actually, the harder trivia question out of that would be that in turn was a quote from an earlier movie. What was that movie? Right? Because he actually, how he pauses the movie on his TV and then plays it. What's the movie that he's pausing?
I tried looking for that movie. It doesn't exist. I tried looking for that movie because I wanted to watch that movie. If you know what I couldn't find it. You know what movie that is? I would love to watch it. People saying Scarface? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know offhand, but I'm sure we can find it. Yeah.
No, it's not a movie. I'm telling you.
Yeah?
It's not a movie. I looked it up. I want to watch that movie. They made that up. They made that up. Yeah, they made that up. 100%.
Oh, look at that. You're right.
Yeah.
it's a fake movie that
I
they
looked it
made.
up. I'm like, oh, I want to see that movie. This looks
Okay.
great. Home Alone made up their own movie.
It's a fake movie called Angels with Filthy Souls.
Yes, if you look,
Is the name of the
yes, and if
fake
you look
movie
that
that they
up,
made up.
there's no movie. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, it's crazy, crazy,
Yeah. So
crazy.
the movie's called Angels with Filthy Souls, but it's not a real movie. It's a fictional movie that they made to play within the movie. So there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
there
There you
you
go.
go.
See, I learned something new. I didn't know that
Yeah,
either. All right.
yeah, yeah. All right, there we go. You heard it here first, or maybe not, or you confirmed it here second. I don't know, whatever. But we're good to go, guys. Meta, CoreWeave, NBIS, NVIDIA. Friends, give me tickers. What do you guys want to look for this morning? Microsoft is being mentioned by Dutch Trader. Dutch Trader. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Yeah, it's moving. It's up 1.1 million shares traded. Daily looks good. I feel like I'll probably love Meta a little bit more this morning. Microsoft is not bad. I know Microsoft was trading well. Was it yesterday or the day before, Peter? You were mentioning it. That Meta was actually doing some stuff. Might have been
Meta
the
or
day
Microsoft?
before. I'm sorry, Microsoft. Excuse me, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably was the day before. They had
It
this
was the day
beautiful
before.
drop.
It was Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. So I don't expect them to move like that today, but their daily does look interesting, though. I
No,
do like the way
Friday,
they're setting
actually,
up here.
last
Was it
Friday
Friday?
and Monday were both good days for
Mhm.
Microsoft. Friday was up, Monday was down, but yeah, they had
Yeah.
good days. You're right. Yesterday, not so good. So
Yeah, so it's a hit or miss, right? Today could be one of those Friday, Monday type days, or it could be a yesterday type day. You just don't know. I will put it on the secondary list. We can always bring it up. I do like watching Microsoft and seeing what they're up to, but we'll see what's happening here. We did look at Tesla. We'll look at it again in a second, but first, go ahead, Peter.
Oh, I was just gonna say, people are asking for what Andrew's list is. I can give you that.
Oh,
Here, do you
yeah,
want
it's
to know what
coming.
Andrew?
This
Here,
should be up already, right?
let me.
Yep,
Oh
there
no,
it
what's
is.
happened?
Should be up in a second here. As you pull that up, Nike's being mentioned. Nike right now, we are. Oh, did they have something last night? Last night they have a lot of movement here. Did they have earnings, right? I know there's a lot going on with Nike, man. Nike's just they can't figure it out, man. They were at the top of the athlete world here, and they
Yeah,
failed badly to just keep that
they're
title.
hard to trade. Yeah, they're hard to trade too, let alone what's happening in their actual business. But yeah, they did
Yeah,
have earnings. We got some earnings that are happening. Like General Mills had earnings this morning, but it's not usually tradable, so I didn't even bother mentioning it. They had earnings last night. Looks like they beat their numbers
yeah,
because they got a big U.S. tariff refund. However, the forward-looking guidance was low because the CEO flagged weakening demand. So. And
yeah.
but then you've got some activist investors that are saying that Nike is not living up to its full potential, and that there's there's more to go. So, anyways, like Nike's always on this trail. It seems like they're not living up to their potential, or they've got weak demand, or both at the same time, and who knows. So,
Gotta
in any
figure it
event,
out, man.
okay, we got 10 minutes to the open. Why don't we do? Well, we could quickly because it is maybe we can quickly do the bearable trader stuff, Carlos.
Yeah,
We
let's do
talk
it.
about
Let's do it.
what's
Let me
happening
bring
in
it
the
up
chat
here.
room. We do have a webinar for tonight. The only one I want to mention, it's an early hour. So I want to make sure anybody who's a Bearable Traders member that the psychology webinar is going at 7 p.m. tonight. We're doing it an hour earlier than normal because the U.S. soccer team is playing, and we've actually seen a
That's
lot of
right.
people there. It's got attention. This is the largest sporting event in the world is the FIFA World Cup. So, we've got to worry about that and pay attention to it. So, because that game, the U.S. game starts at 8 p.m., we have moved our psychology webinar, which is normally at 8 p.m., to 7 p.m. So it's still happening. But if you wanted to go, you need to be an elite member. You can just go into the Bearable Trading community and you can attend. Dr. Kenneth Reed is the one that's going to be giving it. He's going to be talking about how you can leverage AI in your trading and in your self-coaching. We've been talking about AI all morning. So here you go. You want to know how to employ it better in your trading? Dr. Reed is going to help you with that. So that's again at 7 p.m. tonight. So again, 1 hour earlier than normal. Remember that time, okay? That's 3 hours after the market close. If you want to join and become a Bearable Members Trader, you can do it right now. You can go to bearabletrading.com, and you can see the membership options right there. Don't forget the sale that Carlos mentioned. I mean, we have a 4th of July sale going on for the Bearable Trading membership, but we also have a sale going on for the trading terminal. If you want your data at a cheaper rate, you can get a trial on the trading terminal. Just go to tradingterminal.com and you can find the information on that deal as well. So either way, take advantage, right? The July 4th sales are upon us and they won't last long. They'll probably last through the weekend and then that's it. So take advantage while you can. All right, people want to know what we're trading in the chat room. Let me tell you what our moderators are looking at. We'll jump right there because I think with some of our tech issues, we're a little bit behind. I already posted for everybody what Andrew's list is, but to explicitly say it, he's going to be watching Apple, Meta, NVDA, PLTR, and Tesla. So pretty much everything that we've talked about, except for Apple. We didn't really talk about Apple this morning, but it also jumped higher and it's moving nicely in the early trading session. Kyle is just going to be watching NVIDIA and AMD. Mike is going to be watching Meta and his futures in the MES U6. And Brian, well, Brian's watching the same thing as Andrew. He's also going to be keeping an eye on Tesla and PLTR. He likes NVIDIA and Apple. So we'll see where we go with the trading morning. For myself, I'm going to stick to Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, Microsoft because I've been watching it all week, and Meta because it's been in play here this morning. So I think that's my list. And Carlos, like as you've got at the bottom there, you've got your list with the it's not showing right now, but but we've also got our popcorn stock, TC or JEM. If you don't mind the risk to reward, they're both very heavily in play. So, you may want to pay attention to one or two of those. I see that you put Nike on your secondary list. That's a tougher trade. I mean, sure, it's a possible, but it could be a little bit of a tough one. So there you go. That's what we got. That's what we're watching.
There it is, friends. All right, just 5 minutes and 30 seconds to the market open, friends. Let's get some levels in place. I started already. Here's Meta. So as far as the daily goes, we got a 623. It's a level up here that you see some resistance, some support. 611, 612 is the high of the pre-market. 598, you got some levels of good support here as well in the day. So I definitely want to have that marked down. Basically, levels, guys, are going to be where you see that constant touch, right? Constant touch by the charts on the daily. The more, the better, the stronger that level is going to be. Then towards the bottom, 581.83. And then down here, you just have highs and lows for the last two trading days, just all in this area here. Previous day close, just a lot happening there. CoreWeave continues to make a new low here just now. So now we're 88.59. 61 is the low of the pre-market. Low of 2 days ago is on there as well. So we're just trying to stay above that. Towards the top, you do have the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Previous day close covering the high of the pre-market as well for this morning. In case we do push higher, 103.34, and then right up here we do have 106.15. Now towards the bottom, in case we lose this area of support, we haven't been down here in quite some time, maybe April. Below that, the best daily level I see, 85.42. I'm going to mark that one there just in case. NBIS is another one that's very active today as well, friends. So right now you can see a nice drop here. Again, not an easy stock to trade, but I do have it here today. Let's see what happens. 243.11. 01 is the low of the pre-market. And if you look at this daily, plenty of level towards the top. Only thing you got to mark here is the high of the pre-market at 280.80. Once you do that, you are pretty set. A little bit lower to 80.80. There we go. A little bit higher. Not too much. There it is, right around that area. And then towards the bottom, friends, you do have the next level after the low from 2 days ago, which is this one here. A lot of support happening there. Maybe it's going to be down at 227.65. So once you do that, I think you are all set. Next one, last but not least, is going to be NVIDIA. NVIDIA stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. High of the pre-market down at 199.51. The low is over at 194.28. And then below that, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. So I don't think there's much to add on NVIDIA. It is dropping down with a lot of stocks this morning, as a lot of stocks are doing this morning. So we'll see what opportunities we can get out of this one. And if you guys see something great, call it out. We'll pull it up and see how we can take advantage of it. All right, we got Peter in here. We have 3 minutes to the market open. Let's get our market atlas. As I mentioned before, friends, I don't want you to miss it, so I'm going to keep mentioning it. Two things. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It helps the channel a ton. And make sure you head over to tradingterminal.com. Okay, tradingterminal.com for those who missed it. tradingterminal.com/July 4, and this will give you access to the Trading Terminal Premium membership for 14 days for just $1, right? If you're a new subscriber, if you haven't subscribed before, if you haven't not had a chance to try this out, definitely do that and head over there and get access to Market Atlas, the scanners, and everything that Trading Terminal has for you. So, right, so tradingterminal.com/July 4, right? And there you have it. Okay, cool. Let's get rocking and rolling here. Where's that post?
There's my 2-minute alarm.
Where's that post? Get this out of the way here. Let's get my ChatGPT created banner out of the way, friends. Look at that in 3 minutes. I'm telling you, man, it's the future.
You're very happy with that.
I'm very happy with that. It's the future, man. Just some people don't want to give in. You got to give in. You're gonna end up giving in. I'm telling you. All right, don't fumble this. Give in. Give in to
in the words of Carlos, bend the knee.
Thank you, Peter. You know what? I could have not said any best. Bend the knee. I love that. All right, friends. A minute change to the market open. Let's get our affairs in order as we trade this beautiful Wednesday. I'm gonna go ahead and look at this post. How can we make?
Once again, getting our affairs in order.
Yes, okay. yes. Let's get our affairs in order.
Meta's still pushing towards the high here. I'm impressed at Meta. All right, let's see if it can continue. Once the opening bell rings, we got less than a minute now till the market open.
Let's do it, friends.
What do we want to watch here?
Meta. Careful with the share sizing on Meta, guys. I mean, look at that. These are $3, $5 moves on this 1 minute. So, again, don't got to take a boat low. It's also a larger price, so you don't want to mess up with your buying power as well. And you don't want to max out your buying power either, right? Careful with that. Manage risk. All right, let's see here. We are set. 15 to go. What am I?
Wow, Tesla back to 420. Tesla had what an increase yesterday. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Here's the opening bell. Tesla's already off to the races. Oof, NVDA.
Look at Meta, man. That is a beast move, friends, on Meta. There you go. All right, we have Meta dropping, SPY dropping, MBIS trying to go higher, CoreWeave on the move, NVIDIA dropping as well. Tesla going the other way. Tesla's going north.
Yeah.
I forgot to add Tesla on my list. I'm gonna add Tesla because I'm watching it, so I will put it here on my list. Tesla, because I will be watching it.
Wow, this is a very, very aggressive moves out of the gate here. Don't forget, we have the S&P manufacturing PMI coming out at 9:45, and then some other data at 10. So we do have some economic data.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see here. Meta pulling back. Let's look at Atlas. Where's Atlas for Meta? Oh, opened up the wrong spot. All right, checking out Atlas for Meta to see what's going on here.
Tesla pulled all the way back.
Here is
Brian
Meta.
is short CoreWeave in the chat room, and he's got to move down. PLTR is popping up, so we got things moving in different directions. Not everything's going together.
Yeah.
It's interesting movement.
NBIS, NVIDIA. How's NVIDIA looking? Maybe a short opportunity on NVIDIA.
People are long PLTR, it looks like, trying to take advantage of this aggressive move higher.
Yeah, yeah.
I was hoping for sort of a pullback that we could take advantage of. Interesting how NVIDIA is, pushing down fairly aggressively, as is Intel and Micron, but AMD not so much.
Yeah.
AMD's just hanging out here. AMD's the one that sort of was late to the all-time high party, but now has joined and
Right.
seems like it wants to stay there. So.
NVIDIA looks weak, guys. Even on Market Atlas, you could tell here 22,000, a couple orders around 193.50, 193. I would just love a pullback. I don't want to chase it. If I get a pullback, I can easily
I know
jump in here. But it's not giving us the pullback.
Well, that's
man.
what I was hoping.
Yeah.
After that first 1 minute candle, Carlos, I was hoping for a pullback up towards the VWAP, the 195 area, 195.40, and it never did, which is unfortunate because it does look weak. But I don't.
This is where one of those places, one of those times where I sometimes think, okay, how about taking half size, right? Half size just to be in, and then you add the other one if it does pull back. But I don't usually trade like that. But that would be a strategy, though, right? Like get in now. You're part of it in case it goes. Yes, you're not going to make a lot, but get in with half and then add the other half, right? That could be an idea. And Market Atlas continues to look very weak on NVIDIA. We got one Otis at 194. I'm hoping we can come up and then allow us to get in and then go short. NBIS, CoreWeave not doing a whole lot right now. Meta came back up and it's not moving anywhere at the moment. NBIS, NVIDIA looks good, man.
I like Nike for a short here.
I saw Alex in chat talking about Nike as well. Nike below the previous day close. Nice engulfing pattern here as well. And now we're getting a bit of a... How does it look on Atlas? I know usually these Nike stocks are not great.
There's orders to the downside on Nike, so it does.
But here's the 5 minute.
Yeah, I missed the entry here now. I think Nike, you don't want to chase this because this is a fairly tight trading stock.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's back at the low of day. That would have, the trade at VWAP around $41 would have been a good short on Nike. I was too hesitant.
Yeah. All right, here it is, guys. Tesla doing its thing. NVIDIA heading back up. NBIS, CoreWeave. CoreWeave could be if CoreWeave gets above the V, it's a lot that is happening, right? CoreWeave gets above the V up, that could be a nice long, engulfing long to kind of recover some of this ground that it has lost. So we need that to get above that. NVIDIA is going to go lower, man. I feel it. Atlas is saying get in now, but I'm not doing it. But that's what Atlas is screaming. We're gonna drop here. Let's see, Tesla, Nike is the other one that I'm gonna add to my watch list here. Yeah, man, Nike is a short, I think. Peter, that was your trade, Peter. That Nike trade was your trade. That was.
I don't want to chase it here, but it does look like it's still there's some possibility to go down to 40. NVIDIA's bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for NVIDIA here. See if we have the weakness that we need to take a lower. So NVIDIA. Friends, Market Atlas, what I have here available to you right now. If you have not joined tradingterminal.com, if you're a new member, want to try it out, head over to tradingterminal.com/July 4. And you can get access for 14 days for just $1, right? So head on over there. There's the the link. And definitely check it out. So here it is. Special 14 days. I get 2 weeks to use all these tools. So definitely go and check that out. All right, here's NVIDIA's pullback. Do we still feel 195? Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna go short NVIDIA here. Let's see if we can. What? Uh-oh. What's working? What's happening? Why am I not getting in? Oh. Something is not working with the hotkeys. What's going on? It's not good. Oh. What is taking place? Oh, this was because of yesterday. Oh, yeah. Hold on, I gotta switch it back. Oh, oops. I was showing our P Capital team yesterday, our hotkeys.
Right.
And I was switching stuff around, and to hide my account number, I took my account number out, and now I forgot to put it back in. I didn't think I saved that though. Which again, I don't think we could do anything with that account anyways, but I don't want to be like that guy that was walking around with the van. Remember this guy walking around with the van for publicity, showing his social security number, like, oh, it can be protected. I got protection, and he actually got hacked. Did you guys remember that? It was a guy here in the U.S. that he was working for a security company, and then he had a big banner like, "Here's my security number. I have the best security, so people can't hack me." It was a promotion for a security company, and he actually got hacked. So I was like, "Yeah, he actually got hacked." It was hilarious. Like, dude, no, don't call the devil, you know. And there it is. That was a big thing. You guys remember? Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody remembers? Yeah, that was a huge thing, man. He had like a truck outside, like in Times Square. My security number, my full security number, and I'm like, and on TV as well. And he's like, I got the best protection in the world. And yeah, that didn't go too well.
Wow.
The hackers said, oh, yeah? You think you're the man? Let me show you something. LifeLock, yes. The LifeLock guy, yeah? You guys remember? Yeah. What's the thing?
So I'm Carlos, we were talking about this yesterday. I'm trying to get my 2 accounts going. I did go short Nike at VWAP. I didn't get a good fill, but I just took a partial as it dropped a good 20 cents. And
Nike? You got Nike?
Yeah,
oh man,
I'm sharing that on my screen here.
Yeah,
you can see it live in Trading Terminal. I'm using the Trading Terminal simulator for this.
All right.
So
I like
the Nike short.
All right, here we go. Nike.
I don't know if this is going to be a great trade or not, but we'll.
I like it, man. Here, rejecting the VWAP like that. I mean, it is Nike. It is New York Stock Exchange, so it trades funky. Yeah, I think I'm gonna join you 2 on this trade, man.
I don't want to. I would be nervous about chasing it too much, but.
Well, the thing is, the risk is only 30 cents. Like, above the previous day close where I will put it, and I will look to get. Yeah, see, that risk reward wouldn't work as well. 40-15. It doesn't move a lot actually. Nike.
Yeah.
When you start placing where your risk reward is going to be, it doesn't really move a lot. So, let's see what else we got here. MBIS is back. Core Weave around the previous day close. Tesla. Tesla not doing anything. Nike rejecting here.
Yep.
What else, friends? What else you guys see? AMD $5 candle. Yeah.
What are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching. Core Weave is just hanging out at the VWAP. We've got Apple. Apple's looking Well, I don't know what Apple's doing actually.
Did
I
I
was gonna
say
say it's
that?
looking weak, but then I see these higher lows, so we'll see what it does. And Tesla, after that first move higher, is now is red. So
Yeah. Yep. NBIS, guys. So potential VIA breakout. Careful on the size on this 243, and your stop is gonna be like $3 below the previous day close. So sizing, you gotta be very, very careful if you do take this one.
oh,
My short hotkey, yeah, I can copy it to you. I actually have I think I put them up somewhere. People can download them. Hold on. We'll do it in a second. We'll do that a little bit later. Let me see if I have a play here on NBIS. So it's giving the pullback that I like. So here's NBIS doing the pullback. Let's see if we can get the confirmation. We'll go long here, 243. Very little shares, guys, because again, my stop is probably going to be like 239. So if I'm getting at 243, you're not taking a boatload here because this thing can move. And then I'm expecting like 250. So when you think about that, you don't need to risk a whole lot. But my strategy is failing right now, so that's not working at the moment with the way it's dropping below VWAP like that. So that's not good. That's not good.
all right. So
right
I got
now.
out of Nike.
Nike?
It, decided to pop higher.
Went higher.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't get in on that.
What do you said you're watching? NBIS?
Yeah, NBIS is trying to set up a VWAP breakout. I mean, it did pull lower than I would have liked here. But if this candle can go back up to 243, I'm probably going to get in. But then you got to be careful. Again, just the share sizing, guys. Be careful with the share sizing. Oh, never mind. Looks like it's gonna fail.
Look at this. Yeah, look at SpaceX this morning. SpaceX is down.
I haven't even looked at SpaceX today. Is this going to be a failure on the VWAP here? It is. It's going to fail the VWAP. Okay, so we're not going long because it failed the actual move. Yeah, so not taking that. All right, let's see. Core weave. That's a nasty VWAP break. False VWAP breakout. So you can see there. NVDA, nothing. Tesla. This is crap right now. Yeah, right, Candy. It looked like it was gonna go. It looked great at setting up, but now it's just battling. Let's see if it wants to go back up, but it's struggling. Been Paris popping in this morning. How's work? Work looks like it's got you busy, man. I haven't seen you as much as we used to. So hopefully work is going good. Core weave, NBIS. Okay, if we get back up, might be an opportunity. How does it look on Atlas? NBIS. Not many orders. 9 to 5 keeping me busy. Oh, I hear you, man. I hear. Well, I'm glad you're able to stop by and say hello. We appreciate that. Okay, here it is.
All right. NVIDIA's back up to VWAP, Carlos.
NVIDIA. Oh, yeah, also trying to break through. NBIS. NBIS is pushing higher. It's just not a whole boatload of orders, but every time it tries, it's like it fails. And see here, didn't make a new high. Didn't even get to 243 where I would want to get in for the actual break, but doesn't seem like it has the juice. Come on, buddy, you could do it. Yeah, some orders now, 243. So there's something happening. Something taking place there. It's maybe now.
There we go. There's NVDA. I did go long at VWAP on NVIDIA.
Oh, nice.
Moving
Okay,
higher.
okay. Good trade, Peter.
I think I missed.
Excellent.
I was going to get a partial at 195.60. I wanted to get up there. There we go.
Oh, nice. It's rocking, man.
So
That's good.
take a
Let's see if
little
we can
bit
get
of
to
a
the high of the
partial
day.
there.
196.23 is the high.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hopefully we'll get up there.
Okay, see. Okay, I'm gonna.
I won't take a lot of risk on this. If it comes back to VWAP, I'll get out. Just look for a better place to enter. But you know, we're in for now.
MBIS is back. It did get 243. And I'm just trying to see if there's any other signal that this thing wants to go higher, but there's not. It's like there's no signal this thing has the strength to go up. MBIS, do something. It's gonna fail.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna fail.
Yeah, we're
MBIS.
getting a failure here on.
Yeah, it is Osam. It is actually. I assumed out a little bit more, and I can see there's way more orders to the downside. So even if it tries to go up to 243, it doesn't have the juice to do that. It actually might be a good one for a short below the VWAP. False VWAP breakout might actually be good if it establishes below the VWAP to actually go lower, back down to 28 to 27.65. I might take this short, guys. I might take MBS short here. Atlas looks very bearish, actually. Come on, guys. Give me something.
Give me
something. Am I watching the wrong stocks today? Like, what is Andrew trading? Am I watching the wrong stocks? Let's go see what Andrew's doing. Maybe I'm watching the wrong stocks today.
He was trading Nike as well. So.
Oh, he's not there right now. Okay, what's going? I don't know what's happening, man. I'm like, am I watching the wrong things? Tesla at the VWAP here. Breakout, got the pullback. And here's the possible breakout towards the high. Stop loss 421. You got a lot here. You can use the previous day close. This means it'll take a lot longer to get to your 1R or 2Rs, I mean, or you could use just below the VWAP. But I'm so close to the previous day close. I would like to use the power of the previous day close on something like this. But man, I feel MBIS, you dog. What are you doing, man? Oh no, why? Damn.
What has NVDA done to you?
I wanted to go long on this thing. Damn.
Yeah.
That is.
Did you talk yourself out of it?
I did kind of talk myself out of it because it looked. Atlas looked horrible. It looked like it was bearish, and I don't know. I think I would have pulled the trigger on this thing if I was watching it come back up here like this. I want to say I would have, but wow. News in 9 minutes. Damn, already 10 o'clock coming up. I have nothing. And did you get in? Did you get in this or? You know what? We can't be pissed. It didn't look good. It looked horrible. Actually, I was actually thinking about even going short on it, so I can't even be mad. This thing looks so bad here, and you just can't trade everything like that, right? It's just, it is what it is. So, but it did look pretty bad. Even Sam, you guys confirmed, like it looked like it was actually more bearish. So this pop came out of nowhere. Can't catch them. Can't catch them all here. MU is good today. MU. Nice reverse of the lows here, so that traded well. And now it's just back and forth above the VWAP. Yeah, this is definitely not expected. And who knows? Let's see if it can actually get higher on this, because you had to risk a lot. Like you had to risk 240 at least at 243. So that's almost, let's say $3. You at least got to get 6 out of this thing, right? So if you cannot get 250 and better, the math ain't mathing, as they say.
The math ain't mathing.
The math ain't mathing. And right now you're not even getting to that point. You got one arm at best, and now it's dropping back down. But let's see if it holds this 243.11. No, it's bad. Yeah, like this is why I've been saying for MBIS you got to take very little shares. The spread, I see it jumping up to 99 cents at one point. Right now it's actually pretty good, 43 cents. So yeah, you got to be aware of that. I just don't see anything else, man.
So I stopped out of NVDA at break even. So
okay, that was a long breakout on NVIDIA.
I'm just waiting. The S&P manufacturing PMI number came out. I don't know if that caused the market to move. I don't think so. It's a little weaker than expected, 53.9 versus 55.7 number. So that's out. But 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is the main data point that we're looking for. So another 5 minutes for that to come out. That's the ISM manufacturing prices and employment numbers.
Yeah. What is SpaceX up to today? SpaceX, oh, nice drop.
I think NVIDIA is looking weak now.
There's just nothing. Wow. Microsoft, I had it on my secondary, coming up to the VIA, but I'm just gonna wait now. I'll wait for the numbers to come out, right? No point taking a trade now and being so close to my entry that the numbers can wake me out or whatever. So, yeah. So David Jordan, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, might as well wait for news to hop out here. We're hunting today, friends. We are definitely hunting. It's
the market is pushing higher.
Not been easy.
Yeah. And Andrew's not having a great day either, so
it's that's why I went to see. Yeah, well, I'm like, let me see what Andrew's trading, because maybe I'm watching the wrong stuff. Because if someone could find the right stock to trade, it's Andrew, and if he's having a rough day, I have no shot. Not necessarily, but you guys get what I'm saying. I mean, it's a tough day for most people. CoreWeave, CRWD. We haven't looked at this. CoreWeave, $700. Every time I look at the price of the stock, it's
crowdsource.
CrowdStrike, excuse me.
CrowdStrike.
Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, CrowdStrike. Jeez, man. 425 just a month ago. Maybe 3 months ago. And 778. Wow. Awesome. Nike above 42. Yeah, but I was thinking Nike short, so just do it for me was not going to work in this situation. But nice job, man. If you long Nike off the previous day close here, it did move higher, hit the high of the day. And yeah, nice trade. Looks like it wants to go higher here. But I was actually thinking short in this area here with Peter. I was thinking short for the breakdown. I did not get in, but struggle. All right, so it's not just me. Everything seems sideways. I mean, just look at NVDA back down, NBIS, a little fake out. Hasn't really done much though. Core weave, horrible. Just nothing to see there. Meta's, just in a range, still in a nice big range. I mean, the range is pretty wide actually. 597, 610. If you're a range trader, this can be awesome. I'm not, so this will be brutal for me. Scalar, ZS, Scalar, what's going on there? ZS up 3.5. Daily's been moving here. Not my typical type of stock, but very swing trading stock. I know a lot of people like to swing trade this one. And it's doing good right now from the bottom of 122.54 up to 146. So if you were watching this one, what's on your radar, you're doing okay. But yeah, this is not my typical stock to trade. The volume is very low on it. All right, minute and a half. Let's see if this thing can shake things up and we can find a trade. Let's find a trade, friends. NBIS. Oh, look at that. NBIS was short-lived. Very short-lived. I think this was the last breath before going red. Like the last push. Couldn't make it. This. I want to go back to 227. Atlas is saying short. So. Let's see. All right, Peter, I'll go to you for data once you have it up. See what the numbers look like.
A minute before it's gonna come. So.
NBIS. Friends, what did you guys trade? Put it in chat. Let me know what you traded, how you traded, what you did. HIMS. Now that's the reaction we were expecting from HIMS with that Medicaid news, right? Guess it needed the volume. HIMS is doing well now, Peter. NVO also moving up. That's kind of like the what we're waiting for to see. But yeah, HIMS, Dr. Space, HIMS did good, man. Very nice. Did you take it long? That's a great setup if you took that. So, HIMS is great.
So
all right, let's see how the SPY reacts.
Any second now. Oh yeah, here it is. So looks we got some data right on target. Construction spending was right on target. But the manufacturing prices and PMI came out lower than anticipated. So that, sometimes the market likes it when you get that lower than anticipated number. And it looks like we're getting, what are we getting here? What is the market doing? We're moving higher again.
Yeah, we're moving
higher a little bit. So there you go. So the PMI numbers, like I said, not again. You have to remember, in statistical relevance, it's pretty close. 53.3 versus 53.8 forecast, and the manufacturing prices right. This is all relative scale, by the way, as they evaluate things. 77.7 was the forecast. 73 was the actual number. So as you can see, not that significant of a change. And the construction spending right on target at a 0.1% growth. So, yeah, not pretty uninteresting, to be honest, in the economic data.
Yep.
Again, the big data is probably this last item on here, where President Trump is speaking at 3:15. That's the scheduled time. So we'll see if that happens and what impact that is going to have on the market.
All right, there we go. All right, some moves happening here. Nike made a new high. Tesla not doing anything. NVIDIA stuck. NBIS going lower. I think NBIS is short. I think this thing wants to drop back to the low here. I really do. I think Atlas is going to win on this one. NBIS. Like it seems like it doesn't want to stay above the VWAP to me. Let's see if we can settle below that. Because the last time we came down, we managed to get back up. Here we're down again. 243. Friends, just want to remind you that thumbs up opens up a free monthly elite membership giveaway. So if we can get to 500 likes, we'll give that away right away. And also, want to remind you of the promo we're doing. A couple of promos. Head over to bevertraders.com for the July 4th specials. Plus, tradingterminal.com also has a special 14-day free trial, $1. Just charge you $1. 14-day trial to check out the tools. For 14 days, you get access to everything: Market Atlas, scanners, all the stuff we use in the morning here. Head over to tradingterminal.com/July, the number 4, right? July 4. And that gets you access to that. You can sign up for it if you have not used Trading Terminal before. For new subscribers, you'll get access to that. Let me get the link in here because it's easier to put the link. Peter, have you ever called, you know, when you do those announcements, right? They give you the phone number, dial 1-800-555-311, whatever, right? Have you ever dialed any of those radio ads? Have you ever called one before?
No,
Is that a thing?
Can't say that I have.
Do people do that? I have never called for an ad that I got on the radio, ever.
What's happening? Okay.
So I wonder if people actually do that.
No. All right. So I took your trade, Carlos, on NVIS
you did?
short.
Okay.
I just took a quick partial, maybe a little too soon, but let's see if we can get a drop. If we can get a drop back to the low of day, this would be phenomenal. But
damn, that.
I don't know.
See, I like that short, man. I like the short. Let's see if we can get back to 227. Yes, let's see what we got here. So there's the link, friends. Peter's short NBIS. And I'm looking for there it is. I pinned the message at the bottom so you can see it very easily. So I pinned the message with the link so you guys can get it. Oh, this thing is gonna work, Peter. Oh, this thing is gonna work. Yeah, look at the ask coming in there. 238. 238. Yeah, it's gonna flush. I knew it. I knew it was a short. I knew it. Short on the MBS. Come on, drop it. We do have a level of 234.55. That is a daily level. I think it's one of the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So you got that there. And there it is. There you go. Come on. Get the momentum. The volume is there, but it's not great. Like it doesn't. Not NVIDIA volume, but. Sean, so I'm not in it. Peter is in it, but my target would be, like, I would love the low of the day on this thing if I was in it, 227.65. I mean, that's a stretch. I don't think we have the right volume to get down there. But my first, target or my go-to would be this one here, it's 235-ish, 234, right? So, but we'll see. Right now, hesitating, trying to come back up, but this can move. Like, you don't have to wait for those targets. I mean, don't leave money on the table. I wouldn't. Right? You're in at 240. You're down to 237. That's almost a $3 move. I would be taking a partial, but I would try to hold to like 235, 227, right? Because you're risking a lot when you get in these trades, right? My stop is going to be like, if I'm in at 240, my stop is going to be 243. So you're risking a lot. You want to try to get $6, It sounds like a lot, but on a stock like NBIS, it's not a whole lot,
Yeah. I already moved my stop to break even on this, as I usually do. And
let's see the drop
let it ride. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'd be watching at 236. If it hesitates at 236, I'd definitely be taking some partials there. 235, like you say, if it gets, if it goes through 236 nicely and gets down, I would go there. Let's see. I mean, it may not. It might come back up and stop me out. So.
Yep. We'll have to see. NVIDIA sideways. MBIS trying to get a trend going. CoreWeave, nothing. Meta actually turned out to be a great. It actually broke out of the range. I didn't think it was going to do that. Look at the breakout here nicely. New high 616 on Meta. Nike struggling to continue higher. 42.56 is the high. And that's all I have. The rest are just Microsoft and TC. What is TC up to? TC is our low flow of the day, which is just nasty. Went up and came sideways. Here's nothing to see. You know?
Nasty.
Nasty
stock.
Melanie, as usual, getting blocked for some of her messages.
Gem is down.
We'll definitely unblock Melanie with her messages. There it goes. I guess you can't use
Melanie,
shotgun.
she's,
You can't use shotgun. Shotgun is
YouTube's got
block it. Yeah.
YouTube's got its eye on Melanie because Melanie and Candy, their messages keep getting blocked a lot. So
Yeah.
Sure why.
So it probably was. I wish it would tell us the word that is blocking right here. It probably could have been shotgun, right? I guess it doesn't like violence.
All right. So I hit my stop. Got stopped out on NBIS as it came back up. So unfortunately, we did not get the move down.
Yeah, man, it's just
you said,
we are in a
volume...
tough day, man. Is it gonna be like this for the next couple of days? I'm just taking off. Like, what's going on here?
Remember what we said? This is where I could say, "I told you so." Pre-market.
Yeah.
I said we might be seeing a little bit of restrictive price action with the president speaking at in the afternoon, and we're heading into this holiday long weekend that basically has a lot of stuff weighing on it, right? We still have, expected news on the war. We got inflationary prices. We've got all of these birthday celebrations. All of that is, frankly, uncertainty. And again, the market generally doesn't like uncertainty. So that's why I was just thinking, as we head closer to that, who knows where, if you're big money, where are you going to put your money? You're going to be able to make a long bet? You're going to pull your money out and sit on the sidelines? I think we're seeing the effect of that we're not seeing big moves here, as there's a little bit of uncertainty. I mean, the SPYs moved up, the Qs have moved up, but a lot of the stuff we're watching sort of is just, they popped early,
sideways.
They dropped, they're back to where they started. Like, it's
just sideways, right? Not really
a lot of sideways,
doing anything.
So.
I do see IBM moved higher today. They had news, was it yesterday or last, or 2 days ago? I know they had news as well. Again, stuff, same thing with the.
I think it
was it yesterday?
I don't remember. IBM had news. Well, it was last week. They were talking about their new super small nano.
Yes, their nano
nanometer size chips.
Transistor store. I don't know.
Well, they call them chips, but they're really just they were like less than a nanometer in size, which again is amazing technological advance. If it was 0.7 nanometers, if I remember. And just to keep in mind, what is a nanometer? If you don't know, the size of this chip that they're talking about, which when they say chip, they really mean a toggle chip, right? You go from a 1 to a 0. But still, it's 0.7 nanometers, and 1 nanometer is 1/100,000th of the thickness of a sheet of paper. So a sheet of paper is 100,000 nanometers thick. So 0.7 nanometers is just indescribably small. It's smaller than a molecule.
I need to get a tour.
Atom-sized.
I got to get a tour on how they build this and how they actually program this to do something. I don't know. I got to get a tour of the factory there.
It's something else, man.
It's wild. It's wild. Something impressive.
Yeah.
But the IBM, if you traded it,
so
it's doing something here.
Sounds dystopian. Oh, there he goes. Jose is correcting me. The average atom diameter is 0.3 nanometers. Okay, so it's twice the size of the average atom, but it's smaller than how about a molecule then? But anyways, it's small. It's very small.
It's tiny. Don't drop it. You probably would not find it. You won't find it.
You could,
don't be that
Carly,
guy.
you could hold it in your hand and not be able to find it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's that small. It's And again, it's interesting when we're talking about that. The chips, the size of the chips that make up, the advanced microprocessors that we use in our computers today, they're about 3 nanometers. So, this is significant, right? It's like, what would that be? So from zero point 0.7 to 0.3. So it's like, 4 times smaller than the current chip. The current ones are pretty darn small.
Yeah. Man, we got
So,
IBM. You're right. IBM is up like $9 so almost from today. It's moving well. Intel,
all right.
INTC.
I'm going to take a quick moment since I'm out of that trade and look at the NBIS, Carlos. It did an about face and it went higher. So, yeah, look, the market's
Yeah,
pushing
man.
now a
This
little bit.
is yeah. We are getting some stuff going higher.
I'm going to fetch I'm going to fetch a Canadian flag. My wife's asked me to. I think she wants to put one up. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back.
All right. We're just gonna go do some Canada stuff, Canadian stuff, and he'll be back. NBIS. Do we trust NBIS to go long? Not really. Nope. No, I don't. TSLL. Let's look at Tesla. See what Tesla's doing first. Tesla's pushing higher. There's a couple of things now pushing higher. Nike managing to do another high, not by much, but it is up now 3.7 from the open, from the previous day close. Microsoft also on the way up here a little bit. TC, our low flow of the day. It looks like the party's over. You can't short this thing, so nothing to see there. Tesla, NVIDIA did give a nice breakout. Things are just kind of settling into a long situation. NVIDIA is one of them that's looking on the breakout now. But again, very tough. These are tough trades, guys. Like to take this long here for the breakout, it's not easy after all you've been seeing is this, right? And if it just slides right in and you're not really, watching it like a hawk, you ain't going to notice it. You ain't going to notice it actually taking place. So that's a very, very tough trade. So if you missed it, feel like, I messed up. No, that just got in there without you noticing. Core weave sideways, nothing to see there. And Meta, I know was going higher earlier. They pulled back and just kind of stuck at the moment. So
I'm back.
Oh shoot! Oops. Who did I hide by mistake? Oh.
Okay.
Sorry. I brought you back.
You brought me back.
No, not you.
Oh.
I went to click on the chart and by mistake I deleted somebody and hit them. Like it's just yeah. So I brought them back. Let me see if they're there.
Okay.
Days 306. Hopefully you're still there. I blocked you by mistake. I just went over just to click to activate the chart and you got blocked. So I just tagged you. Hopefully you're back. Oops. Oh, you're good. All right, he's alive. He's alive. Okay. Very good. All right, what else, friends? Oracle. I saw you guys mentioning that earlier. Oracle. Let's bring Peter back here into action. Did you find the flag, Peter?
I did. I found 3 of them, in fact.
Nice. I got to order one. Mine got beat up pretty bad, man, with the wind and everything. It just kept getting tangled and it's ripped. Like I took it down, but it's ripped all over. I gotta order one.
It's not good.
No, it's not good.
Ever ripped up flag.
Yeah, so I just took it down last week. And I gotta order one.
Put a stop at break even. Maybe. Should I be? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
If it's a defensive back with how many people he's blocking. Who's blocking? No, we don't block a lot of people actually. We're very forgiving. we don't block a lot of people. We're very forgiving here.
Oh my.
Now YouTube on the other hand. YouTube. Hey, they like to block everybody. Can't say nothing. Um,
Wow.
BE testing. Yeah, so Oracle just sideways right now. It looks like it's trying to break out above the previous day close, go green. That could be a good setup.
Oh man,
And
things
there
are
he
choppy.
goes.
Carlos, I just tried a
Yeah.
short on AMD, and
Okay.
when I was $2 to the good on this trade, I said I'm going to put
Uh-huh.
a stop at break even, and it came right back up and stopped me out
It's
at the break
that
even.
type of
Like
day, man.
it's that type of day. It
That
absolutely
type of
is. Look at
day.
that. That's crazy.
It's wild. I want to see.
It,
You know, John sends me usually the he sends us the trades of the day for today. And I want to
right?
see how people trade it because if you trade and you made money, if you had a trade period, I want to see how you did it. Because I
Yeah.
can't find anything today. Um,
It's it's tough. It's a tough day
yeah.
for sure. So
And yeah, I don't see how you traded today. So oh, Meta. Yeah, Meta was good. Meta was pretty nice actually. Depending how you're trading it. For me, I don't see a play. I was actually looking to go short here if it rejected to go short, but it actually went the other way. So again, important thing about waiting for your signals. We didn't get our signal here. BE is being mentioned by our good friend Art Economics. BE. Oh, that's the wrong one. Not NE. BE. Yeah, same thing though. Right now it's just pretty much sideways. It did below the VWAP here. Um, but yeah, it's just not really doing much. SpaceX, SPCX. Is it ready for a reversal? SpaceX could be a good reversal. Could be setting up for a nice double bottom, maybe. It's a little early. I like to wait for on the 5. If we can get it on the 5, that would be better. But right now, trying to hold on to this 160. Trades have been sent. All right, John. Let's see what you got for us. Oh, you sent it earlier. I didn't even notice. I don't look into like 10:30 because usually 10:30 is when you send them over. But look, you got them in early, so can't wait to see what's going on here. All right, let's go to that. Let's see what John has for us here. Trades has been sent. Right here it is. Oh, we got a lot of trades here. Okay, let's go. Take a look. Looking forward to this. All right, so here we are. Trades for today from our moderators and member. Here's John. John traded Meta, Wall Street Engine. Meta is building a cloud business to sell assess AI compute software, hardware, whatever they're doing. But you guys remember this. We talked about this earlier today. And John wasted no time. This is pre-market. John, this is pre-market? Or this is... No, it's not pre-market. Gotta confirm. John, look at you. It is pre-market. Look at you, man. Oh, wow. Spicy. Okay. John woke up early feeling spicy today. All right, so here it is. So he's long on the news. This is a news trade. Pre-market, 8:35. News breaks out. John says, I'm going in. Break even or stop right here. And then he partials, moves, stops to break even, of course, and then adds. He's not done. Adds, partial, add some more, stop to break even here. He's out of break even. So, man, you was done early today. Great trade. On the news, he went in and did his thing there. I don't think I ever seen you trade pre-market, John. So, awesome stuff, man. So, great trade there. Mike also got, man, everybody, you know what, Peter, this is what happens. Everybody made their money pre-market and just left nothing for us. That's what happened here. So here's Mike. Left. Oh, Mike, pre-market, got in short on MES and then look at the drop into the market open. Wow. Partial and all out.
This is all the pre-market trades.
That's exactly what we don't have nothing going on after the bell. Everybody's made their money and left. So there's Mike. Great trade there. Continuing here, we have Aria waited for the bell. SpaceX got short. Looks like a 5-minute ORB. If this is the 1 minute, that's what it looks like. You got your 5-minute range there. Great setup. Partial added. And then another partial towards that 164. So great job there. Looks nice. great trade on SpaceX. Another one of our community members, Rosie, she went MRVL. We talked about this pre-market in the pre-market show. It was looking good today. Got long, I guess, for the breakout of all these levels she has marked here. Came back. You got strength. Oh, how she got? You could do that. You could do that. You could do the triangles at the. There's so much stuff you could do with that. So I have no idea and clue on. Look at this. You can actually put the long on the volume bars. Peter, did you know
I
that?
think so. I
I
didn't
did not
know
know that.
but I guess you could, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. So there it is. So she went long. I want to say got stopped out. Decided, hey, was maybe too early. Got back in, and then they took advantage of this beautiful move here. Now, partial, 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 partial. This could have probably been an error because I think they got in and then, or maybe they set their stop too early because here they got in almost right around the same time, but they held a little bit longer. So maybe that was an error on where the stop was, but nevertheless worked out nicely. Took advantage of that beautiful move. Here's Harvey, a good member of ours on HIMS, which actually this is where we got no indication that HIMS was going to be active today in the pre-market, but we had the possible news of their GLP-1 drug and doing some stuff, blah blah blah. But here it is. They got won't be able to go through all of this, but it looks like they did a couple of trades all in here. A little bit of a Christmas tree situation happening there. Some ins and outs, but at the end, it looks like here's the big trade. Got in, added, and then parceling into the actual strength of the move here. My gut feeling told me to add back in at the bottom of this candle, but I hesitated. I don't blame you. It's hard. That's a hard add. All right, and then here's Meta, one of our members. I think Meta. What's the price? Yeah, price tag confirms it's Meta. They got long, partial, added, and then really took advantage of this move. This is a $10 candle, friends. So great job there as well. Tesla, we got Varak, community member as well. Got long and then partial up here in Tesla for the breakout. So a lot of great trades. People managed to make some money today, Peter. Oh, man. Good stuff. Rosie's on a vacation far away. She is? Or is that a reference of something I don't know? Awesome.
I am short AMD. And remember I said I was in and I got stopped out at break even.
Yeah.
And
You're back in?
I got in short again. I've taken a partial. My stop is back at break even again. So
Yeah.
but it looks like it might come back up and stop me out again. So I don't know. We'll see. I was hoping for a breakdown to low of day, which would be back down to 550-ish, which would be a great move. But again, if it comes back up and stops me out, then so be it.
It's part of a song. I figured the way he's mentioned that, like, it's got to be part of a song or a movie. Okay.
I think Josie. You mean like Josie? Like that's a Bon Jovi, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't
know.
know.
A different song.
Not sure.
Or Josie. Oh, why does that sound familiar now? The Police?
Nobody looking at B. No, we did. Outfield. John and also Roboski confirmed outfield song.
Okay.
BE. No, we did look at BE. We've been looking at BE. Art, like economics, mentioned this a long time ago. But there's just nothing happening for me to trade this today. PLTR did actually have a nice breakout here. 1 minute engulfing. We talked about PLTR, but we never added it to the list, so I never put it levels. Wasn't watching it. Yeah, one of the few that actually did something today. Did I hear something?
No, it's just me turning.
Oh.
Creating an echo. Oh, see, I got stopped out again on AMD. It's not. Yeah, these moves are not cooperating for me.
It's not pretty today, man. It's not pretty. I see Andrew traded PLTR, so he found PLTR. He went at it, long, partial in it, looking for 126. So I see Andrew got some stuff happening there, so that's good. You can always see Andrew and Brian trade live in our chat room, bearwithtraders.com, and on over there. And yeah, see they got some moves.
Oh yeah. Your love, yes. Okay. Yes, it's from a band called The Outfield. I just found the song. Was playing it. Oh, memories. Okay. 80s.
80s.
band. Yeah.
I'll have to look this up.
I'm not sure if we can play that song without getting into
Oh no,
copyright restriction things.
Oh, no, I will not play it on the air. Everything is
Yeah.
copyright. You could even if you play like 2 seconds. That is so good. Now you play like 2 seconds of it, boom, you're caught. It is so crazy how good they are now. Like before, you actually had to play like 8 seconds.
Far away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a song about cheating with Josie's wife, but but still, take it for what you want. I can't hit the high note that he hits in the song. So.
All right, Peter. I want to hear.
No. But he likes his girls a little bit older. And he just wants to use your love tonight. Anyways, all right. Look at AMD. Came back up to VWAP, dropped, bouncing back again. This is a tough day. There have been things that have moved. You had to get in at the right time and at the right spot. So it's not that there haven't been opportunities. It's just that they're not that obvious. It's not that simple.
Yeah, it's going lower again. I get in on this.
Wow. There's my alarm telling me that it is 8:30.
Nice.
And that means it's time to wave the flags. Yay.
Why at 8:30?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought like something happened, like it was an official wave the flag time for Canada. No, okay.
No, I just it's just my regular alarm telling me we're an hour into the market. Usually it's a directional change. If it's going to happen, this is when the market normally makes it happen.
Yep.
So. Oh no, that's why. Hold on.
At this time on this day, 1895, Canada bought its first batch of maple syrup. Is that true? Are these facts?
Canada what?
Bottled its first batch of maple syrup. Is that
I suppose.
Is that facts?
Possible.
Well, it had to be a first. There had to be a first.
I wasn't there.
Oh, making it up. Okay. So yeah, making it up. Gotcha. We need Eamon to come in with the fun facts. Yeah.
Okay, so did I not? I didn't put my stop loss in place. I thought I put a stop loss in place. Sorry, I didn't. I went short EMD again because remember I said market change 10:30. Well, I was watching the SPY start to drop, and AMD just got a push, so I got in short. I got a push lower, took a quick partial. So we're adding here
Yep.
to the P&L.
Dropping
So
here.
it's working.
More.
Let's see if we can get. See, now we're getting lower than the previous area, so that's good. Oh, there we go. So let's take some more off. Put some more money in the bank. There we go. So that's good.
Peter is short AMD.
Yep. I should. I'm still sharing a screen, I think. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, I don't have it on your screen.
That's okay.
Pardon
It's
me?
all good. It's
Yep.
just
NBIS is gonna do the move. I've been so hesitant on this one.
My third trade on AMD. One was a stop at break even. The second one, you can see I got a partial, and then I waited for a few minutes and came back up and stopped me out. This is my third one. I have two partials on. But yeah, this is not an easy trade, and we're not getting like the massive range I was hoping for. You know, it looks good on this chart.
No.
When you zoom out a little bit, you realize this is a relatively small move that we're talking about. So let's get this.
Yeah, it's not
scale,
great.
So
It is not great. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help us out. It's on 307 so far. So thank you, friends. 500 will give away 1 month elite membership to everyone. It'll be tough to get 500 this week. Yeah, I already see people are starting to start the festivities a lot earlier, and I could tell too. Like I went on the road yesterday, and it's quiet. It's less cars out there. I know it's the first week of kids out.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, like the Route 4. If you guys live in Jersey, you know how Route 4 is. Route 4 is always the mess. I actually got to the Garden State Parkway Mall fairly easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that like a good thing? Is that normal for the summer, or are you saying there's less people than there would normally be?
No, I think
time
it's
in the
just
summer?
this week. I think it's just this week. People are checking out. Next week it'll get busy again. I mean, it's always less traffic when the you know, you don't got the students, the kids moving, all this stuff. It's less traffic, but it'll pick up next week. I think it's just this week with the holiday and everything.
Oh my God, this nail, man! That's
Tonight,
crazy.
soccer, U.S. It's gonna be fun. It's the first game I watched. I said I was gonna start watching the teams once the elimination started, and today will be the first match that I actually sit down and watch tonight. So
There you go. All right.
I'm coming in with an open mind.
Okay. Well, understand, you know, soccer's a strategic game. So again, if you're looking for basketball goals every 5 seconds,
No, I'm just looking to enjoy what's happening. You know,
Okay.
it's like hockey, and then you know, I don't watch hockey, but going to a game to watch hockey is so much different. Oh, it's so enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
So this could be one of those things where, hey, you might not appreciate as much unless you've been to an actual game, right? So, wow, NBIS guys.
I'm gonna take another partial here.
All right, so Peter's short AMD, taking more partials, and friends. STG710, which pathway subscription helps me figure out my strategy with BBT? There's a couple of ways, right? So depending on your experience level. If you're brand new, I think BBT gives you all the basics, right? All the educational stuff there gives you all the basics. If you got a little more experience and just need help with a trade book, fine tuning things, I think Peak Capital is the one that gives you, that the most of that attention that you need to get a good trade book, get a good strategy, or if you have a strategy you need to just help, fine tuning it. I think Peak Capital does that for you. So, but there are deals, man. There are deals where you can get, a lot right now. So depending how much you want to commit to the process, your budget, of course, what's in your budget for learning trading. There's a couple of really great deals that give you boot camp, right, which is
Good
under P
morning,
Capital.
everybody. Good
So
morning.
good morning, Andrew. So you could take a look at just go to babytraders.com and you can see all the deals we're running right now. And
Carlos, come to the chat room too, please, if you can.
okay, yeah. So as I do that, yeah. So head over there. Don't forget, guys, tradingterminal.com/for July 4th, and you can look at our tools as well. All right, go turning on chat room and good morning, Andrew. How are you?
Happy Canada Day, guys. I am good. I am good. I had a bad day, unfortunately, because of the review, but uh, it's, it's okay. Life is sometimes, let me just come up a little bit here. Um, and also sharing my screen quickly.
Yeah,
How
still
was your
short.
day? Did you
Still
guys trade?
short, by the way. AMD on trading terminal here, as you can see, my third trade on it. So we're well into it
Nice.
now.
Are you
So
doing a funded account?
I'm just using the simulator, not in the
Nice.
funded account. So
I'm gonna give you a check, Peter.
no, that's all right. I'll take my money out of my real account. I'll leave that for others.
So Meta is reaping. Unfortunately, Meta was so today was a pretty good day. So we did some really good trading on Meta. So I mean, I'm positive, but mostly because I closed one of my swing trade on Microsoft. So I had a really bad day, loss on MU and Nike. Meta calls were pretty good, and uh, PLTR was a really good trade that I'm actually still in PLTR. So let's see if we can actually recover the losses on that. So PLTR, we have still 9,000 shares on it. We want to see if we can get to 126. And I have Microsoft calls lips as discussed last week because Dr. Michael Berry is long with Microsoft. So I subscribe to his Substack, Peter, to see what Dr. Michael Berry is doing. I paid $70 per month.
Oh wow, 70 a
Yeah,
month.
yeah, $70 a month. So he shares all of his analysis and everything.
Has it been worth the money so far?
Well, I made $300,000 on Microsoft calls, so
Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right. There you go.
So PLTR is going to 126, guys. So PLTR, we've been watching it for the break of 126, and I'm still in there. It did a really nice 920. You want to get that? Scott, say you're getting out of PLTR. Is Brian trying to join also as well? So
Yeah, I'm working with him right now.
yeah, nice, perfect. So yeah, Scott, you got out too early, man. 126. I'm gonna put my order back at 126 to sell at 126. There's orders here. How are you guys doing in YouTube? Did you have a good day? Uh, Ben, did you have a good day?
It's been an interesting one, hasn't it? Some people have had good days. Total bust for
It was a little
Patrick.
bit. It was a little bit tricky in the morning.
Yeah,
But Meta News is amazing. Meta apparently have so much computing power that now is selling computing power.
I know. It's a little, does that mean that they've overbuilt, that they've got too much? What is this signaling? I don't
Or
know.
maybe, yeah, or maybe they don't need as much. Like Meta, I don't know if anyone using Meta's AI. What is it called? Lambda, their AI?
I honestly don't know. What is their
I think
Meta's AI called?
Llama, yeah. I think Llama. La
Llama
Llama,
Llama?
whatever it's called. All right, so PLTR guys is gonna go to
Llama Llama?
126. Boom, I got filled, guys. Amazing, nice. That's
Oh, look
really,
at the
really funny.
drop. NVDA just dropped back below VWAP. Go on, AMD. Drop to low of day. That'll be good for my trade here. Still hanging into this AMD. Want to get a good move lower. I love my shorts. Wow, CoreWeave. Oh, CoreWeave actually did end up going back to low of day. Missed that.
Yari, what did you trade? So I'm still, yeah, no, I'm still holding PLTR actually significantly. So I want to see the next level on Market Atlas is 127. So if you guys want to see, so this is the Market Atlas on YouTube, you guys can see, and in the chat room as well. So the big order at 126 got filled here, and now the big order at 127 is. Let me bring my pen. So we want to see if you can get to 127. So this was a big order at 126 that got filled. And now the next hope is to get to 127 as a big order. So the trades are going toward the liquidity and price action is going toward the liquidity. If I zoom out a little bit more, 127, 128. So there's not really big order to the downside. Maybe 130 is a big order. Let me see. Probably, yeah. So see, the 130 is a really, really big order. So there's a good chance that the prices continue going toward the 130 on Market Atlas. And by the way, guys, you can, because of the 4th of July, we have a promotion. You can use Market Atlas 2 weeks for free. Um, uh, there you go. Boom. I think 127 would be really nice. Let me put some order on the PLTR. I'm going to sell 2,000 shares at 127. Are you in this with me? Anyone?
Oh, Ray shorted CoreWeave. All right, Ray, you got it. Good for you. I'm still short AMD, and Andrew, of course, is long on PLTR as he's getting this move higher. So
So, yeah, you traded Microsoft? Oh, Mr. Pezin is coming. He's still on mute, but he's joining us. Meta, huh? Meta is really good. Meta is printing. I had the calls on Meta. I sold it, unfortunately. But it's reaping Meta. Look at that. 10% move. Meta to 625. Yeah, Meta was amazing. I didn't make as much as money I should have on Meta, unfortunately. Brian, you still can't hear you.
there you go.
Nope. Nope.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
Taking another partial, we got below 550. 550 was my target on AMD, so we hit that number. So I took
Nice.
took a half
That's-
my share size off. This is good. This is a good move.
That should work right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Just had the wrong microphone on. All right. Well, it's
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
it's
AMD.
been a very good morning. Peter, you're back to your old friend.
Yep. Yep. Shorting AMD. It's where my comfort spot. It's my happy place.
Your happy place.
Oh, look
Well,
at
there's
this
been
run.
quite a
Oh,
few
baby.
opportunities here to trade this morning. CoreWeave, I traded that. It didn't really behave exactly like a rising devil, but I did manage to get a short on it right at the open, and it dropped and got out of most of it. Tesla had a nice breakout. We traded that.
Yeah, Brian did a really nice trade on Tesla. I had some swing that I sold on Tesla overnight, but Brian took this break of 425. I think this
Yeah,
was a great trade. That
yeah,
Brian, yeah.
traded the 425 calls. And the other nice trade I got today was the SPY. The SPY I thought looked like it was setting up to go higher, right around right around 950, 955. So I actually traded a few SPX calls and got out of the last one right at PDC because I was pretty confident we were going to be once we broke out there we were going to try to go green on the day. But since we've gone green, we've really struggled to go higher here on the SPY. So it turned into a pretty decent day overall, trading day.
Yeah, it was a good day. Unfortunately, I lost money on MU, and so I tried to get two breakout on MU from the VWAP, and it was John's fault because John called it, but I I'm glad I got out of it because this is really not it's not doing anything. All right, PLTR, I got filled out, guys, on 127. Boom.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
this thing, PLTR is,
ripping
it's like I
down.
said, it's a bit of a schizophrenic market. Uh, American Tesla, any suggestion? I don't know what are you thinking? Because it looks like it's getting ready to break higher again. The order book is still pretty bullish. There's orders of 428, 429, 430. There's even orders at 435. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think PLTR 130 today is very, very possible.
Yeah, PLTR is really on fire. Um, see what's the still in a pretty solid downtrend, still pretty expensive on a PE basis, but it looks like sales and earnings per share are growing. Um,
Microsoft is going to 385.
so there was some news about President Trump revealing he's got a big order on multi-million dollar positions in Apple and PLTR.
PLTR, yeah.
Yeah.
And you said Tesla as well, huh? President has a position in Tesla. Somebody said,
Oh, I didn't look
I
Tesla.
didn't hear that, but yeah, looks like PLTR is pretty good. All right, 127 got filled, guys. It's a very, very nice trade that we got.
Yeah,
Filled.
there was something about PLTR having a partnership with NVDA too. um, for some security protection.
What's Tesla doing? Tesla is ripping 430. Yeah, Tesla is also super strong.
Yeah, Tesla continues to go higher here. It's looking it's been this is the third day that Tesla's really been on a tear.
It's great. All right, my platform froze. Did anyone does froze?
Mine's working still.
My does froze. Time has stopped.
No, mine's going.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, it's I think Tesla has a delivery report. They do their deliveries. Not sure when they're going to be reporting this, but I guess it's probably within the next day or two.
Delivery numbers for Tesla. Wow, Microsoft is also ripping. It's up 3% now.
Yeah, my Meta's at 623 now.
Things are doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're back at the high a day on SPY.
Yeah, back in the day.
PLTR, yeah, PLTR could easily, although it is coming up into an area where there should be some resistance around 128. It's kind of a bit of a gap fill between two closing daily charts.
Wow. PLTR guys wants 128. So again, you guys see my screen. I can actually bring it here so you can see the big order at 128. So usually these orders, Market Atlas can be a really nice liquidity grab that goes toward 128. And if you zoom out, the next order would be 130. So that would be really, really um, clear order. If you have a good entry on it, so the Market Atlas helped me really stay in the trade and 128, and then you zoom out 128 some order, and then the 130 is really big order that staying up there. I think it's very possible today we're going to get to 130. Going to be patient, but 130 is definitely a good level. And the key here is that you see a big order here to the upside, but there is no order to the downside. So when there is nothing to the downside and there is a really clear imbalance, then uh, we can actually expect this one goes up. And you put this one next to price action, then you can have some really good moves. So it works really for, like right now you see Tesla as well. So 430 is a really big order, really nice. It works also for futures as well. So you see the futures orders are significantly bigger to the upside. So, the heat map for the futures are also bullish. NVDA is now bearish. So they have big order at 190 to the downside. So there's one big order at 200, but there's significantly big order at 190. SpaceX, very bearish. There's a big order at 150. Um, and as you see, the SpaceX is really hitting lower.
Yeah, I don't know why SpaceX is getting beaten up today.
But guys, I don't know you guys know that, but Eamon is having a baby, had a baby, so toddler. I don't know if did you announce it, Carlos, to the team?
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Did you
Yeah.
see the pictures?
Yeah, we had a picture of him and his wife and the baby the other day.
Nice.
You didn't see that? It's a beautiful picture of the family.
No, it's coming actually. So he sent me another one that maybe I'll post it, share it with you. He just sent me a
Okay.
new ones. New Bevel Trader members. Uh,
Yeah.
what's his
Yeah.
name?
If you hadn't seen it, here you go. See, there's a picture of him and his wife and the baby. That's a beautiful family photo.
What an ugly baby. Oh God.
Eh, don't say that about his baby. What are you talking about? That's lovely.
Uh,
His wife is beautiful. That's
Yeah,
what's his
babies,
name?
young
he
babies.
hadn't posted any pictures on social media, so I didn't want to do that. But he has now. He actually had posted some pictures, so it's
Yeah, he sent some pictures. Show you I'll send it to the group. So it's here, so I can actually.
Young
So
babies do tend to look like little aliens.
Leon, the name is Leon. Uh,
There you go.
Leon
There
Al
you go.
Mansouri.
There's a picture of the baby.
Nice. Leon Al Mansouri. Nice. Congrats, Ayman.
Yeah,
That's another picture. There's the baby sleeping outside. Oh, is that the baby? No, that's not the baby. No, that's a different picture. There you go. All right.
Baby time.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's very exciting. It's very exciting to watch Eamon. He grew up with us in this part of this community. He's, you know,
Yeah.
he went being from a young kid to a doctor to a dad to a husband to a dad. It's amazing to watch. So.
Yeah, it's amazing that he was training with us when he was a really teenager.
Yeah.
And then he
No.
became a doctor, and now he's dad, and now his dad is gonna go to grow up, and it's all part of the community. I'm glad. And you have you met him personally, Peter? I don't think you have,
I've
no?
never met him in person. No.
I met
Yeah,
him in Dubai,
yeah, I've known him for years, and the first time I met him in person was our
Thailand.
Thailand trip. Thailand trip.
uh,
Yeah, he's a great guy in person as well. So very talented guy.
yep. He's a smart guy.
Perfect. So PLTR, I'm holding it to see what's going to happen. The positions are doing pretty good in our life. MU is really selling off. That is not good. Uh, uh, but overall, we had a pretty good day. So the positions that I'm holding right now is this one, guys. I have 5,000 shares of PLTR. My average is 124. I am short Microsoft puts at 365 for next week, which they're doing pretty good. And obviously, I announced it last week that I am Microsoft long lips, thanks to Dr. Michael Berry. So I have 150 calls at 54. So that's equivalent of having 15,000 shares of Microsoft. That's doing pretty good. I'm up $233,000 on it. The calls are for January 2027, so there's still good 5 months in there. So the leaps, this is called leap. Are you familiar with leap, guys? So leap is long-term equity, anticipation position. So when you think something that is, you want to hold it for long term, but you don't want to hold the position, you can actually buy a leap on it. So you go deep into the money calls for long dated. So usually you want the delta of around zero point 0.8. So, Microsoft trading at 380, the 340 calls are usually 340, 330, 350, they're a sweet spot. And you go usually for more than 6 months or 1 year. So Dr. Michael Berry bought the calls of 2028. But what he did was he went out of the money. So he bought 700 calls for 2028. So 700 2028 is really out of the money, but he's expecting it by 2028. The Microsoft is, getting into an area that can work. He might sell the calls later next year, but so it doesn't necessarily needs to wait for 2028. But that's
Yes.
so that's called leap. That was a great trade. I was in this position on Microsoft. I sold the puts, and when Dr. Michael Berry announced that he's bullish on Microsoft, I actually bought more of the leaps. So I went long on the leaps. So his position gave me this confirmation, and in 1 week it just popped up $250,000. So that's really good. And I did subscribe to his Substack. So I pay $70 a month to read his analysis, and it's good. It's not that you follow him bluntly, but if you have an idea, like I was thinking of Microsoft might be a really oversold and might be a good buy. And when he does that, and then you get this confirmation, it gave me more courage to take that really nice big trade. So I owe him this $250,000 that I made. So I might as well just pay him $70 a month.
Yeah, I think it doesn't hurt to get ideas. wherever you want to get them, just find places to get ideas. And, and then you have to do your own due diligence. Like you said, you don't just blindly follow people. You do your diligence and decide whether it's you believe that what they're suggesting. I'm just long the SPY here because it just broke out.
Good morning, Kyle.
Morning.
So one question is that Mike is asking the number of the shares and contracts. So each contract is 100 shares. So when I own 150 contract, that means that is equivalent of owning 15,000 shares of Microsoft. But you get a delta. So the delta for Microsoft 340 is something around zero point 0.8. That means that $1 move in Microsoft price is roughly 80 cents in the calls. So that's important, but it still is a huge position. Like 150 contract is huge position, but you don't need to have $15,000 times 340,000. You don't need $5 million position. So you can have this position only with $750,000. So that's the power of leverage. When you buy the call, you only pay the premium. So it's very capital efficient in terms of buying compared to the positions.
I'm just selling some SPY calls that I bought.
Nice. All right, guys. So I'm gonna hand it over to Happy Canada Day, by the way, guys. Canada, yeah. So
Yeah.
we got independence from Brits 3 days earlier, but I think 20 years after you guys.
Yeah, a few years later.
Few years. No, I think it was more than a few years. Was it 1776? When was the independence of Canada? I think it was like in 1800. So I think it was like.
Yeah, 66, 1867,
Oh
I
yeah, so
think.
it's almost like almost 100 years after.
I mean, a few years.
Which is
A
funny
few
because
years.
the British people they lost like a 10-0 lead in colonies. Like they lost all of their colonies in 1800. It's such a mismanagement. Like they
Yeah,
lost
I'm selling.
India, Canada, Australia, North America. They really messed up.
selling
Very bad risk management.
selling more SPY calls here. 747s at 160.
All right, I'm gonna hand it
Just
over to Kyle to
really,
YouTube, and John is coming to is a great trader on chat room. Thanks, guys, and happy Canada Day, and see you tomorrow morning.
yeah.
All right, take care.
And
Trade smart.
and and Hood is absolutely ripping right now. I'm long some I'm long as some Hood on a swing trade, so that's working well. All right, guys, I'll leave it to you. It's a good morning. The Buying Brigade doesn't let us down. See ya. Thank you.
I will reshare my screen here. What's going on, YouTube? How's the YouTube family today? $340 likes, eh? It's not bad. Peter, do you want to maybe unshare your screen? Or maybe if Brian does. Maybe just too many of us. Candy, good morning. Frank. Unfortunately, I did have a small red day. I was trading live with P Capital Trading today. I took one long on. Good day. You found the plot on AMD. I'm still looking for another trade here. I only took one this morning, but we had a really good discussion just around psychology this morning. I'll touch base on some of that later on, but I'm still looking for. I am actually looking at Hood for a reversal, maybe, but I'm pretty sure I shared my screen. Let me try this again. Chris, what did you guys trade today? How was your morning? Ben, Frank, what are we scalping today, gentlemen and ladies? Peter,
Yes.
can you share my screen? I think we're black on oh, there it is. Just kidding.
No, we got you.
I
Yeah.
see you. I see you. Hello.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
that's
hear
a Carlos
Carlos.
thing. He needs to do that,
I
but he's
I
got it.
got you. I got you. Okay. Okay, so we took one trade on our good buddy, and it was a good setup. I was happy with my execution on it, but just no follow through. Let's just pull this little guy up here. Do-do-do-do. Just a standard 5 minute opening range break up to the upside. And as I was talking to all the members inside PCT, it was just pretty extended. It was a good setup. I waited for a confirmation candle. I wished maybe a little bit earlier of an entry. However, it just came right back down. I had good volume, and I think move was just too big here. So I actually probably became someone's liquidity, honestly. So you guys are you're welcome for my money, I suppose. But quick stop out after that, and then we were just having a really good chat inside P Capital Trading, so I didn't take anything after that. But overall, not a bad day. It was just a small 1 hour loss. I'm staying optimistic. I feel good. It's Canada Day, so I'm okay with my light being red today. And let's just have a look at what else we traded here. Ben, you traded RWD, Marvel, SOXL. I know one of the members inside PCT traded Baba, which was, I wish I had this on my watch list. This thing was moving really nice this morning. Again, just a really nice opening range. I mean, pick your strategy on this one. This thing was going all day. She said she had it on her watch list for about 2 days, so, and she's a higher time frame trader, so it worked out really good. She got in at a higher day break at what was it, 9:52, I think she said. And then she caught this whole move. She didn't partial this whole time all the way up to here. So just great trading. There's some really good traders inside of P Capital Bootcamp. If anyone in YouTube is interested in doing the PCT, I know it's on the screen here, but really good traders, and you get one-on-one mentoring with a coach. It's definitely worth the investment if it's something you want to do. But the this could have been a break of high a day. This could have been a 5 minute opening range breakout. This could have been a break and retest. I mean, pick your poison on this one. This thing was long all day. So Baba was a winner. That was a good mover. What else was moving today? This epic pen, I'm telling you, is going to be the death of me. And my wife's home with my baby. She's done teaching, so she's home all day now, which is very nice because now I can just hang out with you guys a little bit longer if needed. I'm probably going to jump into the chat room as well in BBT for an hour. Our buddy Paris is on a little vacation, so I'm going to take over that time slot. So if any YouTubers are BBT members, I'm going to do YouTube and then have an hour gap and then go in the chat room after that so we can just continue building our strategies and continue our conversations inside of there. OKLO, I used to trade that all the time. What is this little girl up to here? This little guy. This could have been I did a webinar. I think there's a few of you guys inside the webinar last night, so thank you for showing up and supporting. There's about 50 people in it, which was awesome to see. So this was another break and retest strategy, right? So there's your 5 minute range. It breaks the range once, tests it, and then this would be your entry right here. And you would have caught this little move here. So you enter as it breaks through the range, confirmation candle, put your stop loss at a technical level, which would be the 9 moving average or VWAP. Okay. And then you would have probably got a good 1 to 3 here on that trade as well. Lenny is still with BBT, you betcha. He's around. Oh, Firebait Clay. How are you? I'll send you that document as well. I did get your email. Yeah, he does a lot of the Peak Capital stuff, so he He's a coach inside PCT, so he's quite busy doing that, and he is inside Bear Bull Traders as well. He doesn't do the YouTube live. That's more Eamon and myself, but Lenny's the man. Lenny was my coach inside PCT. He's very, very smart. His what was his line that stuck with me? Oh, candle for candle, bar for bar. So each candle tells a story, right? As you're taking your trades, as you're watching, right? What is each candle telling you? What story? Higher high, higher low. Like, what is the story? And that's something he really ironed into my thought process is the price action. Obviously, like that's how you become a good trader, is you're analyzing your price action. But what is every candle telling you, right? Like this OKLO, looking at this is a fair value gap from here, from your 1 minute opening range, right? And these are the entries these are really what I would consider sniper entries. This, like a VWAP squeeze or a VWAP break, isn't in my trading style, but these squeeze candles after it gets a liquidity sweep. So this is a fair value gap, right? From the open, it moves down with such volume. There's so much liquidity and so much money inside of this range here. So you use that information down the road inside of your strategy, right? So as it creates this fair value gap, it comes down, grabs the money from this fair value gap, and then rips higher. Where I would use this information is inside the 5 minute break and retest, right? So, okay, it's collected the fair value gap. Look at your volume. It grabs a lot of volume, okay? It breaks the range, and look where the big volume comes in, because these are your break and retest traders, okay? So great liquidity sweep, okay? Holds the 9, the 20, the 50 moving averages. Look at the closure of this candle, okay? And then boom, higher highs, okay? So I would wait for this candle. There's your retest candle. And then you get in here. And look at the volume. Look at from these guys. Look at how many people got in on this right here. Call it, what is that? 87,000. 87,000 shares roughly were bought on that candlestick. And then you just target your risk to reward after that. So a good entry, let's see what your risk to reward would have been. So say you risk 20 cents on this trade. This would have been a 1, 2, 3 hour trade. So you let the stock breathe. We talked about this today in P Capital. I brought up my slideshow. Oh no, that was yesterday. I didn't bring up my slideshow, but I talked about this. So once you enter a trade, let it breathe, right? And I know a lot of you guys know this already, but partialing too soon kills you, right? So I got into a lot of trouble doing this when I first started to trade. I don't even have my P&L on my screen anymore. I picked this up from Carlos and a couple other traders, but once you're in the trade, the money's gone, right? Just say goodbye to it. It's like you're gambling at the roulette wheel, right? You put your money on the table, just say goodbye to it. Now we're not gambling here. We're trading, right? We're executing our edge, but you need to let it breathe. So once you get in, say you're in here, you need to at least let it breathe for the amount of time that you set your risk for. If you've risked the 20 cents, okay, you need to let this thing breathe at least 20 cents. Okay, this is where Eamon is very talented, and he holds his for at least a 2 to 3 risk to reward before he even takes a partial. Like, that is the way he manages his trades is incredible, but he's more on the higher time frames, and he's locked in those targets, right? So for a scalper's mindset like me, once you're in here, if you're risking the 20 cents, cover your risk. That is of utmost importance. If you're not doing that over the long term, it's going to be a grind for you, right? Because you need that risk to reward to equalize your numbers. Okay, so let it breathe the 20 cents, then start taking your partials on the way up. Okay. If I let them breathe, I lose my breath and my dollars. Yeah. I hear you, Candy. Yeah. And that comes with time and just screen time, right? And when you let it breathe, just when you enter the trade, give it 15 seconds. If it whipsaws against you and takes your stop loss, so be it. That's okay. You're managing your risk, you're executing your trade. Yeah, you're a scalper. Good. Yeah, and that's just it. That's where I got, honestly, like, if you're really tracking your statistics and you're looking at where you're partialing, where I, like I said, where I got into a lot of trouble when I first started to trade, because my P&L was on the screen, you see a little bit of green, boom, you start taking the 10% partial, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And then by the time this big move happens to the upside, you don't really have a lot of shares left, right? So you let it breathe a little bit, you give it the 20 cents, you take a little bit off here, okay? Just let the thing breathe a little bit, and then you have more shares left to partial, and you're really going to increase your risk to reward when you're holding it just a little bit longer. That's why I'm playing around with in the trading terminal replay simulator. I have started to use 25% partials instead of the 10s. Okay, so you take 25% off here, you move your stop loss to break even, okay, and then you wait for that 20 cents again, then you take 50. Okay, and then you trail what's left of it, 50%, take 50% off of your 3R, then you have 25 left as a runner. Okay, so by the time it hits your 3R, you're out 75% of your position. You've made good money on the day, and then you have your stop losses at break even. Okay, and then you let your last 25% run in case this thing decided to go to 50, whatever the case may be, 54.60. You keep on that last 25% as a runner, and then you take a screenshot at the end of the day, and you have a great trade. What do you got here, Candy? Take my breath away. How's that? It's pretty good if you ask me. You've been trading for 5 years and you're profitable. Congrats, buddy. I do think it takes around, someone asked me today in P Capital Trading how long it took me to become profitable. I'm still trying to become profitable. I am profitable. Like I'm past a break-even trader because of the funded accounts, but I've invested a lot of time and money into being a trader, and it takes time and a commitment from yourself, and it takes some time. I've been trying to resurrect all the dead songs today. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Let's get this thing to about how many likes do we have? I'll sing. I don't care. I'll sing for 500 likes, okay? You guys put up some old 90s hip hop songs, I'll sing them, and I'll give you a trade analysis at the same time. As long as I don't get banned from Carlos or... So, I do have a couple more bullets in the chamber, but overall, I'm not looking at anything interesting at the moment. What are you guys trading? Frank, give me something here. Let's get a scalp. Any questions here? Any suggestions for market atlas settings? My settings are... I think, yeah, I do level 5. I mean, it depends on what you like to see and on how tight of a time frame, right? How many people inside the chat room have market atlas? Please don't sing. I won't. Hey, if you don't want me to sing, I'm not singing. It's no problem. So I'm pretty sure the boys talked about it already, but there is, I think it's a dollar, and Carlos can correct me. Sorry, Carlos, but it's a dollar free, and that for 2 weeks for Market Atlas. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Thank you. Bearable traders always in me. Always in me. That just sounded weird. I have it, but need to learn to use it. Okay. Yep. Okay, you guys are trading NVIDIA. Yeah, let's find something here. I feel good today. I had a great session with P Capital. Overall, my mind feels good. If you're Kyle, if you were a trading bot, what would your strategy be? Break and retest. I love the break and retest. That's let me go Baba. No, Baba wasn't a break. Oh, and maybe Baba was a break and retest. I mean, I talk about the same strategy every day, but this is kind of what I do. Um, and it's treated me well, and I'm okay with talking about this. That's your straight. Oh, perfect. The break and retest, honestly, you can't go wrong with it. It just doesn't always show its face how you want it to, you know. But the follow through can be good. So look at Baba for example here. Okay, so you create your 5 minute range. It breaks out of the range. Okay, this is where your patience as a trader needs to show itself. Okay, so you need to wait for the confirmation candle inside of the break and retest strategy. If you don't, I've found there's a lot of fake breakouts. Okay, so here's your 5 minute range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you just in live time, you're just swinging this across. Okay, breaks out once, but this breaks out twice. So this would have been a good entry if this candle was green. Okay, so all this cancels out the trade management. Okay, so you don't enter here. Where you enter is here. So it comes back down, it retests, it throws you a nice hammer on the 9. Okay, it tests the 9 moving average, holds the 9, and as I say all the time, look at your volume. The volume on these initial breaks, garbage, right? Selling. If you're going long, you're not going to go long when there's a red spike like that, a volume spike, right? Okay, so you're waiting here. Your patience, your patience, your patience. If you get in here and you put your stop loss at the 9, you get stopped out here. Where you enter, Chris Mike, I'm going to hold you to Harrison Ford voice when you say return to the mean. Okay, I don't know what that means. Usually I'm pretty good with that stuff, but that one is gone for me. Okay, so it retests again, throws you a nice hammer, holds the 9. Look at how many people are getting in here. Look at this volume. This is beautiful. This is where, I forget her name, inside the P Capital got in as well. So again, it breaks once, it breaks twice, doesn't give you a confirmation candle. Okay, consolidates, fake breakout, fake breakdown, sorry. Continues to hold the 9 moving average, and this is where you get in. It's tested the range again, not this candle, this candle. You put your stop loss or your entry right here, and you can put your stop loss on this one at the 20. So you're risking around 25 cents on this trade. For rough numbers, let's just draw a quick line here. So say you get in right here. So just for the sake of this argument, you're in at 95.25. Okay. Your stop loss is at the 20 or under this doji candle. So you're risking, just say for the sake of the argument, it's 25 cents. Okay. No, I'll do 50. We'll do 50 cents. Okay. And then this is when you start managing your trade. Okay. You're in the trade. Your money's gone. You're watching the volume, watching the level 2. You're looking at market atlas. Okay. Is there a big order to the upside? Okay. And then you start taking your partials after your risk has been covered. Partial 1, partial 2, partial 3, 4. And then look at this. Consolidates. This is where you can add. You're watching the 9 moving average. It's holding the 9. Okay. This is where the 920 trade comes into play. That Andrew and Brian created the trade. I know Andrew trades it a lot. You switch to the 2-minute chart. Okay. So that trade it's going well. You're in it. You have a great entry down here. The 920 comes into play between 10 o'clock and I believe 10:15. But you switch to the 2-minute chart. Okay. So say you're in this trade. You're in a winner, and the trade's moving in your direction. Look at this 920. Okay. Look at the time. So you switch to the 2-minute chart. Okay. It comes back. It actually doesn't come to the 20. So this actually wasn't a 920. So disregard everything I say. But if it came back, it touched the 20 here, that's a good time to add. But it never came down. But that's okay. So you don't need to trade a 920. If it's not in your trade book, don't trade it. But that's just something I wanted to mention to you guys because that does show itself more often than not. But that's just a quick breakdown on Baba. Again, that's a great breaking retest. And for Ben, your question, honestly, that's my bread and butter. Well, it was for a long time. It's been hurting me a little bit lately. I haven't been getting this follow through. I'm just not finding the right stocks. Like I'm just jumping on the wrong horses out of the gates, and that happens, right? That's why your pre-market prep is so vital to your success. Is you need to look at the gappers list, right? Go to tradingterminal.com, pull up your gap and go scanners. This is where showing up every day comes into play, right? You show up, you listen to Carlos and Peter, you have some fun in the morning, but at the end of the day, when they get down to business and they're pulling up these gappers lists and they're finding these stocks in play, these are the ones that are going to move for you, right? And this is why your pre-market prep is so vital to your success as a trader. If you're not doing these things, you're not going to be successful in the long term, right? So go to Trading Terminal, get on the scanner, get on the replay simulator, get on the gappers list, and you'll find success that way. Let's see, what else do we got here? I'm making a little something for you guys too. I got to give it to the boss man, Carlos, but check this little thing out here. A little morning show. Just so I'm not rambling as much, right? I'm working on a little something here for you guys. Just a little structure, and I'm open to your guys' feedback. To the chat, Ben, Frank, all you guys. If you guys want to see anything on here, share it with me, and we can make this stuff happen. Just so there's a little bit of structure. And I know Eamon and I are pretty good about keeping the train on the rails, but having a little bit of structure never hurt anybody. And shout out to our boy Eamon again. Here he is. Congratulations. We miss you. I hope your wife is healing up nicely, and you guys are transitioning to your first few nights with your baby nicely. Can't wait to have you back, buddy. And congrats on your baby one last time. Okay, but for you guys, yeah, send me some feedback. If you guys want to email me, Kyle@bearbulltraders.com. If you have anything you want to add to this, like we'll go over the funded account winners for the week. Then we can go over our trades, a little bit of BBT in there, some questions, and then I'm creating a little Kyle's edge of the day, just some mindset stuff to help your psychology. So that's something I'm working on the pipeline because obviously I appreciate you guys a lot. The YouTube family's great in here, so let's just keep the ball rolling here. Let's see what else we got here. Can you trade without shorting? I'm not too sure I understand your question. I actually had this problem on. It's funny you say that. Thank you for reminding me. I actually tried to short AMDL. It's just no word of a lie. No reason to lie to you guys. You can even see the my lines are still on this chart because I was trading in P Capital today. I had AMD on my watch list, and AMD was not on SSR. But because I like to trade AMDL, which is a 2 times leveraged of AMD, because AMD is so expensive, right? It's not so expensive, but for my trade style, it's like $550 for my account size. Sorry. I already have all these lines in here from when I broke this down, so I'll do the same thing for you guys. But where I got caught today, and this wouldn't have been a crazy trade. It would have been, I think, a 1 to 2. But AMDL, if you look at my screen on my montage here, I didn't see it was hard to buy, but I didn't see that it was on SSR. So to your question in chat, I'm not too sure who asked me this. Maybe Nathan Yoga. This thing was on SSR, but because my tape came over on my montage, because this is my streaming setup, I trade on a different one when I'm actually trading because this is just on one computer screen. I usually have it on two. Anyways, I didn't see SSR, so I tried to get in this, and I'll share with you guys where I tried to get in, and I couldn't get in because it was on SSR. So this was just a clean 5 minute to the downside. Let me actually clear off all these lines here. Okay, so your first 5 candles. As soon as it threw in, oh, stupid Epic Pen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there you go. This hammer, I tried to get in. Okay, so this is your 5 minute range. It broke it. It came up. It retested it with this beautiful hammer right here. Can I zoom in anymore? No, I can't. So after the hammer was thrown, I tried to get in right here. This wasn't a huge trade. It would have been a 1 to 2. I would have partialed at least here and put my stop loss to break even. But because it was on SSR, I couldn't get into it. So I missed the move. So I didn't actually take the trade. And that's why AMD was on my watch, kind of on my radar. And that's why I took it to the upside later on. But to get in, I mean, a lot of you guys know this, but for newer traders in the chat, you have to put a limit order and buy it on the uptick. So you can put a market limit order. So, and this is where your anticipation as a good trader comes into play. As you've created your range, okay, for my break and retest, had I known this was on SSR, I would have just put a limit order above it where that this hammer was, and I would have got ticked in probably around here. And then I would have caught this move to the downside. And again, hindsight's 2020. It's easy for me to say that now because the trade's over with, but I have no reason to lie to you guys. I'm here to try and make you guys better traders. And honestly, God, I tried to get in right here. So I would have put in a limit order. I would have got ticked in a little bit higher, and I would have caught this move to the downside. Anyways, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It is what it is. There you go. So that was my only trade of the day. Was AMD to the long side off of a break. Or no, this was just an orb trade. Oop. Again, little extended, and looking back on it, and even feedback I got from the other traders inside Peak Capital, it was just too extended. This big move had already happened. Like, look at the volume from in here. So guys that got in around here or a VWAP squeeze, right? This was their exit, right? They probably anticipated a double top, right? This could have been a double top for those kind of traders too, and caught that move to the downside. So me being the opening range trader, I just became someone with liquidity, unfortunately, in this trade. However, I got stopped out, and I didn't move my stop. No wishful thinking. I didn't leverage into this, right? So once the trade's done, it's done. It is what it is. Take your lickings, right? Take your punch on the chin, and just keep going and keep looking for something else, right? So trading live in P Capital, a little bit of pressure. It's a little different from YouTube, I feel, just because these guys have paid $3,000 to be inside PCT, right? And they're really watching you, looking for tips and tricks. So I'm really just talking about my psychology in there. That's what I did today. And just setting yourself up for success trading in the mornings. Randy, okay, what do we got here? Sorry, how come Kyle keeps saying queso? Queso? I'm saying, okay, so like moving on from the next thing. And I love queso dip, honestly. Like, who doesn't love a nice queso dip? A fresh bag of chips, little queso dip, queso. Watch a little bit of sports or do some back testing. You can eat queso dip and go on tradingterminal.com, go on your replay simulator. I'm just being silly. I got you, Ben. I know. PLTR. Yeah, I know Andrew traded PLTR today. Let's have a quick look at that. What are you guys trading anything right now? Oh yeah. So it's made its move. It's ATR. I'm sure it's already been hit. I think it's $6. So now this is just going to consolidate for a while. And this is where, like I said, Eamon's kind of shifting my mindset to the higher time frames. Like around this time, um, scalping on a 1 minute and a 5 minute chart just it's not congruent with the market. So you need to go to the five, wait for a double top on a five, right? Look for some bull flags. Um, and then you can execute a couple reversals on there. Or Kyle, I have an idea. Can you open your last funded account and quickly analyze it? Like what was going through your head in certain moments? Did you chase trades because you wanted to beat Dana? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let me see. I'll pull it up on a different screen. See if I can do that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of it, listen, I'm very open about this kind of stuff. I've nothing to hide. At the end, I was around $30,000. I took the 12,000, and I won't go too much into it. But I was just over leveraging myself, right? I wasn't. I knew I had hit the $10,000, right? I was up around 30,000, and this Dana girl was at, I think she was at like 60. And being a competitor like I am, it works both ways, right? Like being a competitive person, sometimes it can hurt you, right? And I just over leveraged myself, and that's the honest truth because I wanted to get into it, and I ended up. You were cheering for me. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, like I said, right? All of a sudden you go from risking $200 a trade to 500, and you can't. I mean, you can hide your P&L on trading terminal, but it was just there. And it's when it's moving hundreds of dollars every second, I mean, it takes a lot of um, perseverance and patience and understanding not to look at it and know that, okay, like, okay, you're up 500, you're up 1,000. Like, imagine trading the size that Andrew does. His P&L is thousands of dollars. Like you and me and other smaller traders are dealing with like $100, $50, 150, things like that. The psychological pressure of seeing a stock move when you have that much skin in the game, it's a feeling that it's very hard to explain. And that's why upping your risk as a trader is very difficult on your psychology because you're used to, okay, I'm used to making, okay, $100 a day. If I can make $150, $200 a day, great. Okay. If you're risking whatever it is, $50, right? So if you hit a 1 to 3 with a $50 risk, you make $150. If you're risking $250 on a trade, you make $750, whatever the case may be. Your mind gets accustomed to that number. And that's why sizing up is extremely challenging for traders. It's just routine. Exactly. Him trading that size, it means nothing to him because he's so detached from the money. But newer traders, you have an attachment to the money. And this is where, as a trader, it gets you in trouble. When you're chasing your P&L, you're setting yourself up for failure. I admire Carlos about this. He was one of the first guys. I watched a lot of his old YouTube videos. When he took his P&L off, and he'll tell you this too, it helped him as a trader. Like he already knew how to trade, but when you're not staring at it, you're not chasing the money. You're just chasing your outcome, and you're respecting your outcome as a trader and your process, right? So you get into it. Eventually, the way that I am now, I know when I start partialing roughly how much I'm making for my partials because I've been doing it for so long now. So I'm not necessarily staring at the P&L, but I know mentally, okay, if I take a partial here, boom, okay, I'm going to pocket $50 here. Okay, if I take another 25 off here, okay, now I'm up $100. Now I'm up 2R. Okay, then you're managing your trade that way. When you have the P&L on your screen, it's just distracting your eyes from what you need to be focused on. And what you need to be focused on is your price action. Is you need to be focusing that energy inside of trading terminal. Market atlas, right? The tape, your level 2, the volume. That is where your eyes need to be. It doesn't need to be at your P&L. Because all of a sudden you look down at your P&L, you're like, boom, I'm up $75, partial. Your stop loss goes to break even, and then you miss a nice move to the upside, right? And that's where your patience as a trader really is tested. Is once you've partialed and you're managing your trade, how much are you leaving on the table? And this is what we talked about in P Capital today. Part of their program, when you enter a trade, you take a screenshot. Okay. You come back at the end of the day and you take another screenshot. And that's what you build your journal based off of. Okay. Not based off of, but those are a couple of the requirements for your journal at the day. Okay. So at the end of the day, you take your screenshot. Okay. Where did I get in? Was my entry great? Did I have a sniper entry? Did I get in where I wanted to? And how did I manage my trade after that? Did I let the stock breathe? Did I take a partial once I'd covered my risk? Okay, where was my next partial? Was I partialing too much after my initial partial because I was getting greedy? We should have a poll of how many times I say queso. I bet you it's the over-under is at 25. Let's do that. Okay, queso. He threw me off, Frank, you bugger. But that's what the name of the game is, right? So at the end of the day, take your screenshot and hold yourself accountable to it. So if you've partialing too soon, just try and build that in the next day. Okay, I took my 25% partial. Okay, I moved my stop loss to break even. Where was my next partial? Okay, were you partialing too soon? Because over time, and this is the name of the game in trading, you guys all know this, right? It's the compounding over time. How are you managing your money over the long term? All right, break out a shot glass. Let's do it. It's Canada Day here. We're going to go to the Parliament Building. We're in Edmonton. They're putting on some kind of show today, so we're going to take the little man over there and go enjoy the festivities. Okay, what's PLTR doing here? Should we take a little stab here? What do we think? 127.65. Again, I think I'm kind of missing it. This is where I get into my rambling. I start to miss trades. This would have been a good entry here. And again, look at how many people got in this trade on PLTR. We got tequila. If you like pina coladas in the pouring rain. Look how many people got in on this right here. Okay? Because you're anticipating this, right? 9 moving average cross. It's holding not only the 9, the 20, the 50. Okay? Boom. Yeah. So who's in? The Halo Killa 77. You've been in since 123. What a great average. So I'll ask you, Mr. Halo, what is your strategy and why did you get in at 123? Do you see MU as a reversal? Let's have a look. We need an extra hour for Kyle's karaoke hour. That'd probably have to be a different YouTube channel. But hey, we can do it. MU, let's have a look. So one thing I do look for now is the double bottom on the 5-minute chart, right? So wait for that to form. There's your 5. Let's see what the 15 is doing. I give it a little more time. Ideally, it comes back down and retests around the 150. And then it's kind of creating a double bottom right now on the 5, but it's probably about 5 minutes away. So just wait a little bit on that. Chris, have a good day, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't lose any green. Honestly, I got a little red on the screen today, but that's okay. It's just a quick 1-hour loss. I can take it. I can take a quick punch in the chin. Greatest thing about being a trader for a living, I think I'm going to take a nap. 100%. Or go for a run. Do something. Just get away from the charts. The longer you stay at the charts, the more temptation comes in, right? Oh, should I take a trade here? Is this my setup? If you've already made your money, get out of here. I love you guys hanging out. But you know what? No, stay until the session's over and then continue on for your day. Take your nap at 11:05. And these entries are what Eamon always preaches, right? Like you don't want to get in up here. Oh Jesus, look at the size of that thing. You don't want to get in up here. You want to get in down here. So you survive this pullback. Right? But this isn't in my trade book, so I wouldn't take this. But for anyone who does trade around these times, right? Like you want these good entries around here so you survive the initial pullback and then it goes to the upside. If you're chasing it here, you put your stop loss down at the 9 moving average, you get stopped out, right? So the later on in the day, your entries need to be a little more precise. And that's why trading on the 1 minute around here is tough. It's good for your entry, but it's better to go onto a higher time frame to find these entries. And that's something I'm still working on in full transparency. Like that's where Eamon is such an unbelievable mind, is because he knows how to analyze these a little bit better, a lot better than me, right? Because he's been trading that way for a long time. I'm usually, like I said, I'm usually done by 11 o'clock. If I have any trades on after this, they're usually just runners from the morning trades, right? So if you add, if you had a good 5 minute opening range breakout on PLTR and you're looking to add around these times, great. That's just helping out your average. But for me, I'm usually either done my trade by 10:30, or I'm having a green day and it's just a runner on the screen. So, but if it's not in your trade book, don't touch it and hold yourself accountable to that. At the end of the day, take screenshots of all your trades that you did, right? And what is it? Were you trading inside of your trade book? Did you do a FOMO trade? Did you get in on a trade because someone just told you to, right? If you're a scalper and you just scalp all day, that's fine. If that's what you do, that's what you do, right? But for me, I'm trying just to trade 2 to 3 styles. That's it. 5 minute opening range and the break and retest. Okay. I do throw in a reversal here and there, but my hit rate on reversals is not as good as my break and retest. Candy, I'm not trading anymore today unless it's perfect. Yeah, there you go. Boom. That's the name of the game. Pocket that green. Eamon and Eamon Jr. will be napping after the trade middle of the day. Exactly. I'm not too sure how long he's going to be gone for. I'd say a couple weeks. So you guys are stuck with me for a while, but that's okay. Halo King, Halo Killer. I'm using the orb strategy after the retest red candle at 9:45. I took the position on the next green candle. Halo, you're in PLTR. How many likes are we at? Oh, we didn't do a giveaway today, huh? 360. Those are some amateur numbers. That's okay. We'll come back stronger tomorrow. Let's get some giveaways going. Let's give away some of Andrew's $12 million. Okay, so you're in at... Why is this so bloody big? Good Lord Almighty. Good Lord Almighty. All right, all right, all right. Newbie here. Hopefully it made sense. Okay, so yeah, Hill, make sure you subscribe to the channel and welcome. Thanks for hanging out too. And this is what we do all day. Like just being a part of a community is the name of the game. That's how you're going to become a better trader. Just put your trades in the chat room. And like I said, I've only been trading for 3 years, but I can give you my analysis of how I think, especially if you're trading a similar style to me. So you got in PLTR at, what'd you say, 9:43? Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Just make sure to like and subscribe. 9:43. Okay. Or did you say 9:45? I got to scroll up here. Or just tell me, Halo Killa. What time did you get in again? Either way, if you got in on this candle, it's a beautiful trade, right? Your 5 minutes, you create your 5 minute range. 129.19 at 9:45. Yeah, beauty. I mean, that's an unbelievable entry. Good for you. Yep. And where are you partialing? $9.45 at, you know what? My range actually might be set incorrectly here. So you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, you were right. So let's see here. Let's try that again. Boom, boom. 945 at 129, 123.19. So I would say, if anything, I'd wait for a pullback. If you got it at 945, if you are an orb trader, it's a little extended right from the actual entry. So your orb would have been one candle, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would have been a 5-minute opening range, the break trade. Now, you can get in as it breaks the range, or you can wait for the confirmation candle. The confirmation candle is usually a better entry because you're obviously getting that confirmation. And look at your volume, right? Like you can get in here as it just comes out of the range for a quick scalp, but the risk to reward usually isn't as good there, especially if you're putting your stop loss at the 9 moving average. Like you're going to have to wait at least that distance, right? So that would have been maybe a 1-to-1, came back down. You would have partialed once, so your stop loss would have been at break even, so you wouldn't have survived this next move up, right? So for the break and retest, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's your break, right? This is your retest candle. It comes back down, tests the range. As it comes back out of the range, right? It holds the 20 moving average. It comes up to the 9. This is where you get in. And you can see all these break and retest traders, this is their reward. And PLTR was such a nice trade today. You'd still be in this thing, right? You take your partials, you take your 25 after your first initial risk, or whatever it is, your 10. It holds the 9 the whole time. Boom, 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 boom. And then this is where you use Market Atlas. Where are your orders? Where does the liquidity lie, right? If there's a big order at 125, take a little bit more off, right? So you're out 25% here. You wait that same distance, take another 25%. Boom. That's a 3-4 hour trade, easy, right? Comes back down. Now it's going to consolidate inside the next range, right? So there's your breakout. Here's your next range. Let me see. Of course, I can't. Let me just make it a little tighter. Okay, so it breaks out of the initial range. You're in that move. Okay, so you're in it here. Your money's on the table. Okay, now what you're watching for, is it holding the 9? Is it holding the 9 moving average? These freaking arrows. Oh, then I lose my. Like, can you believe this? Unbelievable. That's such a nice range drawn up there. This here. And again, this is all hindsight, but this is why it's important at the end of the day to come back and take a screenshot of your trade in its completion, because this is where you start to build your thesis and your understanding of how your trade is going to look 5 to 10 minutes down the road after you execute it. Once you're in the trade, the money's gone. Say goodbye to it. Okay? It's now your job to manage the trade. What is the price action telling you? What is Market Atlas telling you? This is where you build your edge, right? Okay, so your risk is here. So call it 20 cents. So you've covered your risk at 25 or whatever your partials are. You take a little bit more off here. You take a little bit more off here. Now you're in the consolidation phase, okay? It's consolidating. But you're still in it because your average is down here, okay? So although you've partialed, so you've taken 3 or 4 partials, okay? Your stop loss is now here at the top of your candle where you've got in after your confirmation candle. So call it, let's just say for the sake of the argument, it's 123.50, just so we can make it round numbers, okay? 123.50. Look at, you survive all of these pullbacks. So when it's consolidating, if it holds the 9, if it holds the 20, if it really pulls back, it holds the 50, you add to your position as it continues to come through. Okay, then it breaks out of this range. You start the partial here, and then boom. Now the trade's pretty much done, right? Like it's almost 10 o'clock now. Now it's just in a consolidation phase until more volume comes in from the afternoon session. But this is why your entry is absolutely everything. And this is why you back test, right? Because if you have a good entry, you can survive the bigger moves, right? There's a bit of a rant for you, but this is why your entries are everything. And Eamon preaches it. All great traders talk about this, right? When you're in the trade, your job is to simply manage it. What are you watching? Okay? Where are your eyes? It's not on your P&L. If it's on your P&L, you're not going to survive the business. You're watching your volume. You're watching the tape. You're looking at Market Atlas. So in live time, right? You enter the trade. Okay, you're in it. Where's Market Atlas? And on my actual screen, I have Market Atlas built in like Eamon does, so you don't have to switch to it. But where's the liquidity? Where's the money? Where am I targeting, right? So you pull a Market Atlas and boom, okay, there's a big order at 128. There's 23,360 shares, okay? And again, this is just a tool, but it's a great tool. It's like a carpenter having a hammer. You need this tool, right? He needs this tool every single day. As a trader, you need this tool, right? As you become more familiar with it, of where the big orders are sitting, like each one of these bubbles tells a story, right? 1,296 contracts traded right there. Look at every one of these bubbles tells you a story, right? So as you're in the trade, you're watching this price action. You're watching this to tell you where the liquidity lies. You can zoom in all the way to the smaller orders, 127.80, 3,500 shares, and then you manage your trade according to that, right? So as you're in it, as you're in the trade, that is where you're focusing your energy. You're not focusing your energy on your P&L. The P&L is a byproduct of your trade execution and your psychology. Okay? The quicker you understand that, the more successful you'll be as a trader. Okay? So you're in here. What's the book map telling you? Okay? So congrats. Who was that? Halo Killer. You can subscribe to Lambos and Garbage Trucks too. You get premium downloads on YouTube. You can see all the videos that Andrew puts up. I think it's a cup of coffee. It's $3.99 a month, I think, to be a member of the Lambos and Garbage Trucks, and you get access to all of the back end trading. So take advantage of that, you guys. Like I've watched every single video in the back end of BBT from the very beginning. That's where I found the equalized hot risk keys. Okay. It's not me. It's not Kyle, me. There was the old Kyle that created these hotkeys. Okay. But go back and watch these videos, right? Every time you watch some of these videos, you come back as a different trader, right? Different mindset. You find something else. That doesn't necessarily mean that you trade differently because you watch those videos. You take these little seeds from everybody, okay? And then you implement into your trade book and you execute that the next day, okay? That's it for me today. That's 10 o'clock. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging around. There's still 400 of you guys. So thank you for listening to my rants as always. Have a great rest of your trading day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.